Just let me go, please let me go. You like to love so hard and then you throw it away. You like to open skies and then you blame it on me. You're someone I can never be with. You joke about my flaws and weaknesses.
Hello. Oh, okay. Hi. Hello. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back, you boys, to another stream. Hope everybody is having a wonderful, beautiful day. Yo, that kind of stumped me, just not having my mic work. But that's what happens every time I get a microphone update. Not a big fan. Logitech stuff though. I don't know why, dude. Actually, it's like Blue Yeti stuff, but Logitech is the app. Don't ask me. How you boys all doing? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful evening. We got ourselves more 5V5 1v1 duels on the way today. Over for the NA. Saturdays are for the NA, boys. Friday is for the EU. However, as soon as Dragonflight gets on PTR, and we can play it with a pre-patch, I'm thinking we'll do some more PTR shenanigans. I'm thinking we'll do some more PTR duels, putting the EU and the NA against one another. I think that'd be really, really fun. Also, I would love to bring these duels at some point to Wrath. I think that'd be kind of cool. I want to see if we can even queue them. I'll need a couple of people together to see if I can put a group like a 2v2 or a 3v3 and see if I can do the whole Spectator thing. Because if I don't even need a max level character, then we could legitimately do these over on the Wrath sometime. I think that'll be really, really cool. Pre-patch duels would be good. Beta duels would be fantastic with max level gear and level 70 stuff. Testing all the talents, seeing what's broken, what isn't. I feel like that would be super, super helpful because it would give us a bit of an idea like which classes are looking kind of nutty and which classes are not, which talents are looking a little bit broken, and which ones look a little undertuned. How you boys all doing? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful evening, boys. Let me get the music back up and running. Oh god, that's loud. At least it's loud on my ears. But it's not super loud for you boys. Boys, today we got more 5v5 on the way! Over for the team NA. Let's see if we got any groups on the live servers. How y'all doing though? Welcome back, Motivated, Whopper. Yo, we got Master Blee. My man, I didn't even know. I didn't even see you send in Dono. There it is. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for the alert. My man, can we get a hashtag Master Bleed in chat? Showing appreciation. What a wonderful, beautiful donor, my man. Thank you so much. Appreciate ya. Appreciate ya. Alrighty, boys. Let's see if we even got any teams over on the NA. Any teams available. Apparently, Great Push is happening as well today. Yeah, it looks like it is today. The Great Push. I actually like the Great Push idea. Like from Mythic Plus stuff. I really wish it was more popular though. I think it'd be really cool. It's because I like pushing keys and seeing players like reach the newest heights. I always enjoyed that. Yo, let's see if we can get ourselves some groups up and running. Yeah, is my stuff on? No, okay, it's showing up. I feel like it's it always has a weird delay over on the OBS. Like it takes a second before I can tell like if WoW is actually like recognized in OBS or not. It always takes a quick second. Also, where's this other setting gone? No source selected. It keeps saying no source selected, but like, the game is showing up. Weird. Everything is broken during pre-patch, so expect as much. Yeah, that's exactly the point. That is the point, Chris. Part of our beta testing would be to see if any of the talents are broken, any of the talents are busted, any of the talents are doing way too well, or are severely undertuned. That'll be part of the process, man. Part of the process to see if anything is even functional or works, and that way they can tune stuff. That's how I'm looking at it. This is why I think like doing beta duels would be super cool, like doing the same thing we do just to find out what's broken, what isn't, because you know they're going to be tuning stuff later down the line. So having a little bit of like experience or having a little bit of like a showcase of how good these talents are or how broken in some cases some of these talents are, I think would be fantastic. But boys, let me see if we got any groups at all. Is anybody from any groups? Do we have my man Chill Pills by any chance trying to put together for NA? Also, if enough of you guys have beta, I would love to do beta. I don't know if we'll be able to do it today, but I'd love to be able to do it at some point. Actually, I kind of wanna do this. I kind of want to post on the on Discord, but I'm not sure exactly how I want to go about it. I want to post on Discord basically asking like, yo, so who here has the beta? Do I want to do just like the champs or just highlight everybody? Because if we have enough people with the beta, we could potentially do some duels on the beta as well, because I know Chilpill's got it. I don't know if he's on there or not, but we'll see. Do we have my man Chicago putting a group together by any chance? Do we have my man Chillpills on tonight? Because I know he's got the weird work schedule. Is my man Seaver putting a group together by any measure? Possibly. Maybe. Do we have groups? That's what I'm trying to figure out right now, boys. If we have groups. Oh! Apparently we do. Apparently we do. Okay, but a second I was just like thinking, okay, normally I get like a whisper right about now, like somebody's trying to put it together. Chicago apparently already has a 5-man group ready to go with Warthors, Casper, Seavark. We got everybody there, dude. Oh my god. Let me see if I can pose this. Here we go. I pose this in chat. You don't look for the beta? Being a 19-year veteran, hope Blizzard would honor me? Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, the beta invites are completely random though. That's just part of the, I guess part of the way they do it. I don't know. On one hand, it's like, yeah, I really feel like people have been playing the game for a while, especially the players that have been like long-term players. Especially those that recently have unsubscribed, giving them the beta definitely would be like, I think a priority, or should be a priority in my opinion. But yeah, with all the other ones, everybody has been playing for a while. I feel like this should like be grandfathered in. Like the more people they've been playing the game for a while, the merrier. The way I look at it, the beta specifically, the more people I have, the better. Like beta's all about getting the numbers. I know they don't want to like overload the servers, but like the more people that get in there, the better. Because then it's always dungeons being run, always PvP game done, people doing skirmishes, people doing like questing, leveling, all that stuff, right? There'll be more people to find issues with it. But right now, it looks like at this point of beta, they're just going to be doing class tuning and like adjustments and stuff, which the world is pretty much done. The world is doing the job's fine. The world content is okay. We just got Testman Plus, PvP, like rated, solo queue, raid fights, but like, that's going to work out okay, actually. I think that's going to work out fine. I wonder what kind of an affix could they do for the seasonal affix. I wonder if they could do like a placeholder affix. Like just throw in like an affix from season 2 for us to test, or like BFA seasons or something. Like Bonsamdi Reap, Bonsamdi one I think could be actually kind of like easy to implement, because just like mobs that die become like an NPC, but like maybe not. I wonder if they could just put a bunch of dreadlords. It just basically do like the final affix of Shadowlands, and just kind of like let us do some dungeons with random dreadlords here and there. Of course, they had to actually play those dreadlords and like disguise them, but I wonder if they could just sprinkle them in and be like, alright, just do that. Just test this. It doesn't bother me as much as I think they have access to long-term players so they'll subscribe at some point. They should give access to long-term players so unsubscribe. Yeah, I agree with that too. But I'm also kind of happy that they're not doing like, hey, pre-order the game, get in the beta, because I think at that point you're like, man, now I feel like I have to pre-order it. You know what I mean? Like, I totally support anybody's idea of not pre-ordering a title before you see it, right? I don't support pre-orders myself. I do it because it's my job. This is going to be the game I'm playing, but like if this wasn't the game, any other game, I don't do pre-orders. I as much as I want to, I don't. Because I'm like, I know it's a bad idea, because when you give them money early up front, before you know what the product is, like it's probably not a good idea. I guess with Dragonflight, I do get like, and other expansions, I do get quite a bit of a preview, because I've been in like betas and the alphas before. But still, I don't know. I personally just don't support it. So I'm kind of glad that they're not doing it, right? Because otherwise it feels like, man, you're paying for the beta, right? You're paying to get in beta, paying for the alpha. And I just don't like that. That just something about that is dirty, right? I feel like it should be about the testing rather than the privilege of getting access or whatever. At least that's how I feel about it. But maybe like my thought process is outdated, dude. Boys, let me know if I'm just so fried, man. Let me know. Access to pre-order, it feels like a scumbag business. That's how I feel about it. Was the item level required? No item level requirement technically, but just be aware. It'll be popping up against some of the big boys of the 5v5 dueling arena. My man, Chicago's got a group. Do we have a second group by any chance, boys? Does anybody want to start a second group? But does Blomshot by chance want to start a group maybe? Or do we have Sensei possibly starting a group? We just need a second group, boys, and we'll be good to go. Because Chicago got themselves a 5-man array to go, but we do need a second. Is it a US or EU? It is. Saturday, so today is US. Yesterday was EU. But Saturdays are for my NA boys. Fridays are for EU. But don't worry, probably over the next few weeks, we'll be getting a PTR, Dragonflight PTR, with a pre-patch and with all the new class changes. So we'll probably be hopping on that one. and doing some duels over in the PTR where both NA and EU can compete against one another. So probably doing stuff like that. But yeah, it's strange. I mean, you pay to test software. Yeah, it's weird. Like, I don't like the idea of paying to test software, right? I feel like it should just be like, it's not about the money. I feel like it should be about the software. So then when you take the money out of it, I just feel in the back of my head like, oh, that feels not bad. That doesn't feel terrible. Because like when you have like the Call of Duty, for example, does it a lot. Like, buy the pre-order now and get access to an early beta. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about that. I just can't explain it truly. I just don't like it. Something about it in my head is like, I don't want to do it. It's just like when you put money and try to do a beta test, but it's not really beta test because for them it's like promotional. It's promotional for them, right? The game is basically done. It's gonna be just like COD and DICE both do the same thing with like DICE with Battlefield. I'm not telling you I like one game or hate the other or whatever, boys. If you're a Battlefield person or COD person, yo, do your thing, play whatever game you like. I'm just saying a lot of those companies nowadays use those betas as promotional material. They're not actually betas to change anything. They're not going to change it much. For a while though, quite a lot has happened. Well, based on previous expansions, generally quite a bit of work goes on in the alpha and quite a bit goes on in the beta. I mean, part of it's promotional, for sure. You give it to Asmongold. Of course, you give the Asmongold beta, so then you can go around, look at some dragons, everybody gets to see it, and they're like, you know what, that actually looks kind of fun. Of course, there's some portion of it, but quite a bit of it is like, based on previous expansions, generally quite a bit of work goes in. But based on the last two expansions, not as much work as we think. as can be seen with Azerite Gear Day 1, and that's going to be seen with Covenants Day 1. So hopefully don't make the same mistake this time around. I feel like two pitfalls like that ain't good. How you doing? What's up, Jake? I'm my man. It is what's today, boys. If you never started the group, I'll see spam and refresh right now. Yeah, if somebody starts the group, boys, it's actually pretty easy. If you want to start a group for the 5V5 1v1 Duels, it's actually easier than you think. All you have to do is go to Dungeons. It's weird, but we do this for cross-faction purposes. Dungeons and Raids Legacy, start a group and call like 5V5 1v1 Duels DAL or something like that, right? And then you start the group, you let the boys in chat know, Billy starting the group, you let the boys in chat know you starting a group, and then boys get to join up. So if you guys want to find these groups, find them in the Dungeons Raids Legacy, and then type number 5 at the top, and you should be able to see Billy with a group. Hopefully soonish. How you doing, by the way, Billy? Hope you. Are we bringing the Feral in, or are you playing alt? Name is Danny. The group your name, or hold on, is the group name Danny? Deanne. Maybe not. Maybe I got it wrong. Yo, does Demon Hunter still have sigil chains? Vengeance does, not Havoc, but Vengeance does in the Spec Talent tree. Yes. Vengeance still has like a portion of the spec tree that does dive into that whole sigil playstyle. Even though sigil is available for both specs. I was gonna say all three, but they only got two, both specs. But Vengeance still will have the chains as a core utility. So yes, you can still pick it up. You basically go into the right hand side where you pick up a bunch of fire damage and defensive bonuses. So it's pretty easy to pick it up on the right hand side while still going into a different build you want to play. In DF, yes they do. Yes, they do. Definitely do. Lux, starting a group, boys! Let's go! My man, Billy, Lux, Danny. Yo, Danil. You got Danil. That's actually like a Slavic ass name, isn't it? At least I knew a kid back in like what, 4th grade, 3rd grade, 5th grade, whatever, Russia, named Danil. That guy was a smart aleck, bro. He was a POS though. I didn't like that kid. He thought he was so smart. He thought he was so smart. My God. I still remember how that kid looked like, dude. He had like, you know how some people have like natural bags under their eyes, like they're constantly sleepy? That was what that kid looked like. Yeah, there was 2 kids in my class. One had it real bad. I don't know what it is. But it's so weird that I still remember their faces, dude. I've never been good with names, but I remember people's faces pretty well. I wonder what they're up to nowadays. That's so weird. I didn't realize it was Legacy Raid. That's all good, Billy. Yeah, we do Legacy Raid so we can utilize that cross-faction. Otherwise, in custom PvP, it don't work. Wait. Worthless. Oh, you got a good mug. I can't tell difference. I can't tell the difference. Yeah, Chad, look at that. Join our Discord, by the way, if you want to see these screenshots early. Look at that. That's what he's gonna look like, bro. Looking like that. What's that thing? It's time to play. That boss. Dude, that's gonna be, I think, a very fun raid to go back to. Like, Wrath of Lich King Classic, with the way classes are designed back then. Bro, I've been playing a little bit of Wrath, man. I've just been running around Ghostlands. This is Ghostlands, like south of Silvermoon. I'm just like, being a paladin, it's like riveting gameplay, dude. I right-click. Really fun. That looks so good. It actually doesn't look bad at all, doesn't it? Mechagnomes don't always look good. Them dark babies don't always look good, but when you look at like a machine next to a machine, that looks awesome. Yo, boys, if you guys want to join up, looks, put a group together on the Legacy raid section. If you guys want to find their group, head over to Dungeon Raids. I know, weird, not a dungeon, not a raid, but that's how we do our groups. Dungeon Raids, Legacy raid, find the group, top number 5 in the search at the top, hit enter, and you're good to go. Need a couple more boys joining up for the Team Lux, because we have Chicago already there with a 5-man squad ready to go. We did a couple of boys for Lux. Anybody and everybody's welcome. Cross faction is invited. Hey, Dal, hope you're having a great day. What's up, Scope? I'm having a fantastic day, my guy. Let's go, boys. What's up? Hey, hey, my man. Need 3 more? Just 3 more boys. If y'all got friends in guild that are interested in duels, or you got some friends on Real ID or arena partners, you're like, yo, you want to pop in, show off, 2 more boys, and we're good to go. How do you do the Spectator for these? So I use a command. It's like an invite Spectator command. That's what Blizzard uses for like their arena tournaments. I think it was Halinka one time tweeted about it, and then it was put into like the Wowpedia, and I found it through a tweet in Wowpedia, and we tried it way back in the day. We're like, wait, whoa. And it was like the Spectator mode. So then we got the key bindings down. I got my favorite presets for it and whatnot, so we can really get the angles. And yeah, we just there's no UI for it, but it's a command that's in the game and it does exist, but there's just no UI elements for it. But you do / invite Spectator match, space, do battle names, space, number of people in the group. So for us, it's 5 or 3 or 2 for like our actual tournaments. And then you can do space. You can put arena name if you wanna, and then space, and that'll be like a tournament mode or no tournament mode. Don't know what that does. It used to like boost everybody's item level to the highest, and I think it would work with the current setup of gear. That would have been awesome, just to give everybody tourney mode. Doesn't matter whether you have gear or not. But I don't think it works. I'm gonna try it here, but I'm probably gonna throw you guys in that grand first. I'm gonna try tourney mode, but I don't think tourney mode works. It won't matter in Dragonflight though, because the gear is gonna be like max scaled anyway. Which PvP more I would join? Yo, Scope, you're more than welcome to. Oh, anybody and everybody's welcome to join, man. Let's hit the like button together. Yeah, let's hit it, boys. Okay, ready? Hit it together. 3, 2, 1. I don't know. That work? Is that how you get it? Just get everybody organized. As an avid transmogger, I would give the gnome a 12 out of 10. Oh, that's a cute. That's like that's actually very, very generous, Christers. That's a 12 out of 10, man. You can't be throwing around those like that. What are you talking about? It's a good mog though. I give it like a solid 8 at the very least. Like that 10 does not exist in my eyes, so that's a solid 8. Like I like it. Thematic. I like the whole like the shoulders, the back piece, how it's all metallic, colors match. The staff also matches. It's really, really good. Keeping this for later. Oh, you even slipped it, bro. Let's go. Huge. I'll remember the next stream. I'm not at home right now. All good, Scope. Don't worry about my guy. We need 2 more boys to join up for the 5V5 1v1 Duels team with Billy. Billy just needs 2 more. And we got Chicago with Seavark and all the other boys over on the other team. We got to get as many games tonight here as we can. I'm wondering if my man Chill Pills is on that beta or if he doesn't work right now. I can't tell which one because he does have a bit of a different work schedule as of recently. And we can hit the like button. I want to see you get for the likes. Yeah, let's see it, boys. Let's see it. Get an Ori. Need one after him. Let's go, boys. Hey, uno mas. Does anybody want to join in? Uno mas. Maybe Ori got a friend or somebody. Maybe Ori got an arena partner that plays like Shaman or something. Or something funky, something weird, something crazy. Wants to pop into the 5V5 1v1 duel arena. I think that could be really fun. Yeah. Been using momentum redistributor boots on my Guardian Druid to one-shot shield post a couple of times ago. Wait, what is the momentum redistributor boots? What is that? Is that a mechagon thing? Hold on. What is a momentum redistributor? Has to be a mechagon thing, right? So 90 PvP. I'm gonna show people how to trade Shadow Priest on your Ray, motherfucking job, my guy. I can burst close to 68k DPS at 1-1. That's pretty decent. That's a decent number. That's a start. Momentum redistributor boots. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be like one of the later bosses, maybe. Regal, Machinist, Pyroclastic, Hyperthread. Momentum redistributors. Well, I don't know if that's real then. Oh, or if it's not from dungeon. Okay, that can be dungeon then. Shadowlands and general item crits up toward what the wait, crits up towards 160k? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. What is momentum redistributor? Wowhead momentum redistributor. I'm sure it'll come up with momentum redistributor boots. Redistribute a significant portion of the damage you take from your next fall into nearby enemies. What? Redistributes a significant portion of damage you take from your next fall onto nearby. Wait, so that doesn't mean you're dueling Chilpos? You fly up in the air, you drop down, and then you just slam down next to him? Wait, you're cheesing it. Wait, you're cheesing it then. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Yo, we need one more, boys! Uno mas. It'll be good to go. What the hell? Down, my man. What's up, Nikolai? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. It wasn't a duel. I just ganked him in the open world. Fair enough. If it's not a duel and you're just ganking him, fair play. If it's a 1v1 and you're doing some cheesy stuff, then it's like, well, I don't know about that. But if you are just literally Goomba stopping the boy, I'm okay with that. He kissing him out of his flat. That's awesome. And now, can you tell me in DF cross-faction gameplay going to include queued content? I doubt it, Zalog. There hasn't been any updates specifically on that. I think they're going to keep the cross-faction stuff for pre-made content. Maybe that'll change in the future. Who knows? But I think that'll stay as is right now. Yeah. If there's a new blue post, any new update, I'll definitely make a video. That'll be a pretty big update. But as of right now, I don't think so. It doesn't look like it. Or at least, I haven't seen a blue post, and they're not letting us like queue as alliance that horde together in a single dungeon. They're like, you can be in party together, but you can't queue stuff together. Although if we were to like do a normal dungeon or heroic, like if you just were to like run to there directly, or is it like a mythic, you could do the pre-made. But as for like queued, nah. Although I wonder if that would be better or not. Because queued content, does it have a long queue time? Because I know for like Mythic Plus is like at the high end, Alliance definitely struggles to find some keys normally. So having like cross-faction for that is fantastic. But for queued content, is there really that big of a downtime? Or is it just like a convenience, or just like you kind of just want to play with the members of the opposite faction? Just like, yeah, I don't know. Like, isn't necessary, I guess is the question. Because there should be enough people in both factions for LFR. Should be enough people for like random battlegrounds. Although Alliance does have a shorter queue than Horde for randoms, which I guess is like one disbalance because Alliance has less people. But we do have Merc mode, right? So Horde can play on the Alliance for faster queues if they want to. So I guess it's like a way to solve it. And yeah, I don't know. Like if they didn't adjust it, I guess yeah. And it is NA tech it is NA. You're more than welcome to join up. Yeah, so far Zalog nothing, but I don't know if they would. Because like I'm trying to rationalize it a little bit here, and I think it's a fantastic feature for I guess all content, but it really benefits the pre-made endgame stuff. But I guess if they were to enable it for like, they definitely should have enabled it for the early alpha, if anything. If they were to have enabled the cross-faction queued content, they definitely should have done it for the early alpha because it's so difficult to find tanks. After like the first Tuesday, Wednesday big update where people are like trying out the tank class and the new talents, afterwards it's pretty quiet, and then it takes a while to like get a group together. The beta is a lot faster though because there's always people queuing, always people doing stuff. There's a ton of people. Hell, Ouroboros is so full, dude. It looked like they invited just about everybody to the beta. Not literally everybody, but feels like it. Because Ouroboros, there's so many people in Ouroboros on the beta. It's actually kind of crazy. It's more packed than like the biggest server on US, one of the biggest servers on US Illidom on a Tuesday in front of the Great Vault. Like this place is just, they're packed. There's people there at Ouroboros. And Storm and Orgrimmar, just full of people, bro. And then Dragon Isles, constantly people questing, even at like 5, 4 in the morning, bro. It's constantly, I mean, I guess it's like time zones and stuff, right? But it's just awesome. It's just so packed and so full of people. And so far the reception from what I've seen people talking about, the expansion and the old content, all this stuff. I mean, minus like the end game, right? The first preview of the beta experience. A lot of people have like really, really good stuff to say, which I'm happy for. I'm happy that a lot of people are having a good first experience with it. This game does not want to give Ashes of Valhalla. Yeah. I haven't tried for Ashes of Valhalla at all. I feel like maybe I should give that a try, as well as Invincible at some point. Boys, we just need one more for Lux. Is Ori joining up, or are we just still looking for another one? Yo, if you guys want to join up, we need one more over on the team. Team Lux, I guess? Team Lux looking for one more boy. Find them over in the PvE section. Raids and Legacy. Top number 5 in the search in order to find the group. I got Invincible in less than 20 runs. That's actually pretty good. Hope DF is a dripster off the Blizzard. Yo, true. I feel like, I don't know if anybody else I don't know if anybody else could say anything besides that, Zalog. Hopefully it'll be a big redemption arc, man. Because so far, they've been pretty receptive to feedback. So far, they've had a lot of communication between like class design, a lot of back and forth with the community, which is awesome. The fact that they put up all the talents really early for players to like start giving feedback as much as possible. The fact that it looks like they are listening to quite a bit of feedback, like Shadow Priest. Like Priests were looking kind of scuffed, but the Shadow Priest tree, man, the Priest trees in general are actually looking a little bit better this build. I don't really know what the reception is for Holy, but I have a buddy who plays Disc. He's pretty satisfied with it. He's very satisfied with it. He wants to play Disc now. Like all the Disc, nothing but Disc. He's actually very happy with it. Shadow also has a lot of potential. Lots of cool interplay. It's still going to be very ability heavy, but like the new purpose of these abilities is going to have big payoff though. My god, it's going to be so good. Even the early reception for Feral Druids, like people are really excited about how they're really trying to emphasize that bleed focused gameplay and are giving them new tools of play instead of like same old stuff that we remember just rehashed all over again. There's actually new talents for Feral Druids, which seems really good. I got the Cartel Masters Gear Glider on my first one, and the Squid Mount from Hurricane on 5th try, about like sub 3% chance. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I have yet to get the Cartel Glider yet, and I've been running a lot of Saliyas on my ultimate main, just for like gear and stuff, because it's a easy dungeon to get. Squid Mount, haven't done it, but I've got the blade. I've gotten the sword. That's the only thing I've gotten from Hurricane. I'm not like a big mount guy, but I definitely do like the Mogs though. So getting like a sword, getting like the yellow lightsaber. I have all of them except for the green, bro. I just need the green. Unless I'm missing a color. I need the green lightsaber. And then we'll be good to go, man. We'll be Qui-Gon Jinn. Oh, man. They did look good, man. These blades look fantastic. Oh my god, it looks so good. Looks so good. Kind of tiny here. There you go. Oh my god, bro. That yellow actually kind of matches the Mog, too. My Mog is all over the place, though. I really should do like a proper, proper fight commentator Mog. Yo, we still need one more for Lux. Anybody want to join up, boys? Yo, Lux and anybody in Team Lux, if you guys want to get a friend or somebody into the group, you guys are more than welcome to. I don't know if Ori's joining you guys or not, but we'll see. I need the right lightsaber. Those Night Elf, youngest have been collecting trash recently, man. Yeah, the red lightsaber is one of the better ones, honestly. 1 month till Overwatch 2. Hopefully this will come back to him. Hopefully. I haven't kept up with Overwatch. The only thing I've seen about Overwatch last time was Donkey's Overwatch video, right? And Donkey is usually just there for humor, so I don't take anything he says like super seriously. But yeah, I remember Overwatch was everywhere at some point, and it's like I didn't really play much Overwatch, but I knew it was super popular and everybody were so into it. I would love for things to go back to that, you know what I mean? For Overwatch to just have a big takeover and just kind of, I don't know, just be a popular game again for a long while. Like, as long as if they listen to the community feedback and they do it right, like, it could be a great game, man. And then also there's Diablo 4. I'm really excited for Diablo 4, man. I'm not even a Diablo kind of guy, but I'm really excited because I think the trailer is really cool. I love the visuals of the game, the abilities, and the like the whole, like the complexity that they add into the system. Because I'm guessing just a fan of complex systems, but not like overly complex. So I tried PoE, and that was like a rabbit hole that I think I would love if I had a lot of free time. right? If I could just like take a whole month break and just play that game and just figure it out, I think I would enjoy the hell out of it. But it's just so much to catch up with. But Diablo basically is like, it's a little bit an easier version, so I feel like it'll be a little bit more digestible. We have Ori in the group, just need another? Oh, you guys do? Do I not have Ori added? I thought I had Ori added. We just need one more, boys. Does Ori have a friend? We just need one more, boys, and we'll be good to go. Unum Bas, does anybody have any boys? Also, Chicago. 2 Pharaohs, including me and Boomy. So that's 3 druids. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. If one of them is Boomy, I'm okay with that. Yeah, if one of them is Boomkin, I'm perfectly okay with that, Lux. Or Billy. Either one, right? Same person. Yeah, as because I feel like, yeah. 2 Pharaohs is fine, but having 1 Boomy and 2 Pharaohs is okay too. It's a lot of druids, but Pharaoh and Boomy play a little bit differently. Except for Ori, he plays like a madman. What's up, boy? I'm ready, man. I'm away. Let's go. Hey, Chicago, you ready? Yo, Chicago, I'm queuing you. Are we ready? Lux and Chicago, right? The grand. I'm gonna throw you guys in a tourney mode. Chicago, I'm ready, my man. Do I just queue? Do I just send it? Or do I wait for Chicago response? Or we just send it? Ah. Oh, okay, just sent. I just sent it. Just sent it. Hey, let's go, boys. We got some 5 hours on the way. Boys, let's have some good old time. Yeah, let's have some good old fashioned fun. What is that? 2,000 honor. 1,010 conquest. Sure, I'll take it. I'll take it. All right, boys. Hey, let's have some good time, yeah? Let's have ourselves a blast on the 5V5 1v1 dueling arena. Give it your best shot, boys. Give it your best go. Have some fun, yeah? Let's have some fun. Oh, we only have 4 on team 2. Is T-Mark missing? Or will they try to replace somebody real quickly? Twitch. Let's see how we do. Maybe we'll get a 5th over in team 2. We got ourselves team 1 to go with Ballin' X. I am liking the Mog. I'm liking the weapons too. Why do they look like Christmas trees? Man's got Christmas trees for weapons. We got ourselves Cecilina as a Shadow Priest. We got ourselves Danny as a Feral Druid. Almost got it wrong. We got ourselves Ori coming back in as a Boomkin Necrolord. And we got ourselves Whippy over in the back. I kind of like the Mog. I feel like the leaves in your hair, the bit of green weapon, and the tabard kind of fit together, honestly. We got ourselves team 1, Jeremy over on the team. We got Warther Mage over on the team 2. Chicago hanging on the back as a cool Tyrann. And we got Speed gonna be first up. Try to see if you can maybe end these games super early, but going up against Ori. What the hell? What is that animation? He's just straight up, that man's just straight up floating with the wings. That wings not even touching him. What is it? That's so weird looking. Gonna be Ori trying to see if he can drop down a bunch of starfalls onto Speed. Potentially trying to see if he can fish out for the Starburst. Looks like he's getting some. Gonna be a war stomp with the Cyclone. As a rogue goes for a kidney shot, just reversing it down to Ori. Trying to see if he can zap him down. Are you using the mechagon bracers for extra nature damage? I swear to God, I just saw you zap him down. I swear to God, if Speed is using braces from mechagon. That is so weird. It reminds me of the back in the day of BFA where you actually use PvE gear to PvP one another. Use the dungeons and raid weapons, trinkets, all those things to fight each other. So you try to see if he can swing around Ori, try to see if he can get away from the guy. Gonna be disarmed by Ori as he got himself full celestial alignment, trying to go for the most amount of damage. Speed better have an answer. Cloaker shot is pretty early on as Ori pops out of bear form immediately. Gonna be Speed getting that carry-on damage rolling. Ori could potentially pick up one of the starbursts in order to deny Speed from attacking him for a moment. One of the starbursts right next to him. Kidney shot. Does Ori have a Barskin or defenses at all? Does he have anything to survive this? As Speed just continuing to truck it out damage back at Ori. Looking for the fatty crits. Ori with a quick roar. Barely survives it, friends, and regen using that roar just to destroy Speed. I'm surprised Speed did not have any dots on him. But I guess he did collect a shot really early on. Ori with a Cyclone trying to see if he can control the Rogue. And looking just to back up out of there for a second, maybe catch up a little bit healing. Speed is going to have to maybe dive back in the cell. Did Ori get himself a dot onto Speed? I think he attempted to, but I don't know if he was able to do it properly. Ori does catch up quite a bit of heals though at the 2-minute mark. It's going to be a bear from Flash Gaps. He just having to chance it in case Speed is next to him, but the Rogue is out in the middle of the arena. There's no way the Rogue could reach him in time. Just throw him onto Speed immediately as Ori tried to see if he can get some damage back and up and running. Just needs to get himself a little more dot damage and just needs to do something about Speed with a kidney shot. Trying to stay in a bear form, expecting a kidney shot. Gonna be a Starburst knocking the Rogue up in the air, doing quite a bit of damage. Barks get to follow as Ori trying to hold on to the Fleshcraft shield for as long as possible, trying to catch up with speed, power shifting into cat form just to give himself a little bit more movement speed. Auto attacking the Rogue constantly, gonna be some dots of Rogue trying to go for a bit of a shadow step too, reverse it back to Ori, but Ori got plenty of movement speed trying to catch up with the Rogue, at least he's able to dot him up. There's gonna be an interrupt by onto Ori as he's trying to get a couple of rats into the Rogue. Bash to follow, does he have the damage? Rogue trinkets last second into a disarm, is trying to go for some damage. Ori with a trinket, but a blind is gonna meet him. The Rogue is dotted, but has Shadow Blades rolling. Does he get himself a proper catch-up reset? He does get a reset, with dots still burning through him. Cloak coming back up in just a few seconds. This Rogue is pretty ready for any kind of burst or sustained damage out of Ori. Although timing that Cloak could be pretty difficult because of Ori dot damage. Like, do you just break the dots early? Do you just use it in burst? Like, what do you do? Like, maybe Ori's just melting it, and then pops burst and you already have no health. Just goes for a bash, couple of shreds in cat form, maybe that'll be enough. Get a shot onto Ori. Barskin immediately trying to see if the Barskin will be tough enough versus the blades of the Rogue as he just continues to throwing down Ori to back-to-back stuns. Quick war stomp. Does he have the damage to follow? Disarm. The Rogue is unable to really respond to Ori. And this is where the Druid is trying to take advantage of it. Big quick bear form, diving into the thick bear form with a free heal. As speed dives into stealth, actually breaks combat for a second, gets himself a shield, or he tried to catch up to him, knocking him up in the air. Does he have anything to follow? The Rogue got himself a cloak shadows pretty early on. Ori's in a bear form, so you know speed is going to want to go for a kiddish shot as soon as possible. Roar. Does Ori have anything to follow him? Does he have dots? He needs to know that there's going to be a kiddish shot coming up very, very soon. Immediate shadow step by the Rogue, but should have plenty of comp points. Disarm immediately as he tries to think maybe I could go for a stun. Speed is having to delay this a little bit. Kiddish shot immediately after, but it's going to be the weapons chasing after him, trying to do a little bit extra damage as he's dotted up. But it looks like the weapons don't keep him in combat. I guess the weapon effect is not like a runic weapon for Death Knight. It's just like it's like a dot. It just is a visual of a weapon like hitting ya. Maybe that's the case. Flash cut for Ori. It's been going in for a bit of a reset with mage food, or whatever food he's got going on. Oh wait, it is mage food. Because yeah, they have mages on here. Hey, Super by the way is back. Hey. Roar onto Ori with a quick cyclone as Roar by Ori is what I meant to say. Roar by Ori. Got himself an Eclipse, dots rolling in. They could potentially get himself Starfall, doing a bit of damage. Starburst setting up around the corner. Ori does not pick him up in bear form. Expect to get a shot out of the Rogue. Trinket out of speed is going to hit him with a disarm. Got himself a bit of damage. Speed knows he can respond just yet. No Cloak of Shadows. Actually out in the open still. Does dive into stealth for a second with a vanish, but still got dots burning on him. Ori picks up a Starburst. He wants to get in there. He got himself full Eclipse Burst. That's going to be the Rogue knock himself up in the air, but the shield does protect him. But it's going to be for Ori. Trinkets right afterwards into the cycle. Does get interrupted on the clone. Ori dives back into bear for a last second as the cheap shot comes out, picking up yet another Starburst. He wants speed to come after him, but it's going to be quick blind and reset by the Rogue. Now, Ori is kind of like disoriented with a blind, and that Starburst is kind of going all over the place. So maybe if speed opens up fast enough, he may run into the Starburst effect. He may get himself knocked up in the air. Shadow Blades available for the Rogue. Does Ori have anything? No Barskin. Cheap shot out of forms. Could be really trouble for him. If the Rogue lands the crit, it's going to be Ori popping the bear form as the Rogue does not chain the stuns back to back. Just one cheap shot, and there's continued on with the Viscera to follow into a disarm to the Rogue for a quick second as he got evasion. Immuning any kind of bashes. No more Trinket. Does have a Cloak of Shadows, but unless he can Trinket out of CC and Cloak, this man could be in a potentially bit of trouble. Ori got himself a little bit of self-heal. Starfall's falling down, rotting down speed little by little. Got a Starburst or two. Yet another Cyclone, trying to see if he can pick up a little bit more healing. And that could be potentially maybe a bit more damage out of Ori versus speed. It definitely needs a little bit more damage. So far, speed has been pretty survivable, man. 6 minutes in the duel, 28% dampening, and another kiddish shot into Ori as the Barsky comes out. I swear to God, speed is just tasing. The guy Ori actually taking quite a bit of damage. Friends to reach out. Emergency healing. Does speed have enough damage to hit the crits? He got the crits, trying to see if he can just puncture through the tough bark into the hell bar of Ori, but the quick bear from Friends to reach out lets him recover for just a second, just to escape the certain death. Speed is looking for yet another reset, trying to see if he could dive back into the stealth. Ori seeing this also going to dive back into stealth. I think maybe looking for repositioning, and maybe with a quicker Fleshcraft as Speed trying to see if he can skulk around the corner. Lets the Fleshcraft complete. But now Ori is kind of out in the open. Speed is building up comp points. He's got everything for this one. Bash. Speed is going to burn a trinket as he sees Ori around the bend. Worst step by Ori does land. Decides not to go for a Cyclone in case the Rogue was going to kick it. And the Rogue has everything coming up actually. Cloak, Vanish, most like a shadow meld, even a blind. So actually Rogue is in a pretty good spot, unless Ori can just rot him down really quickly. Rot him down a little, get him low, stun him, burst him down. I think that's the only way he really has a... I think that's the only chance he really has in dealing with the Rogue. Cloak of Shadows priority by speed, just get himself weapons back after that disarm. Quick roll by Ori with a cycle to follow. At least get some kind of CC onto the Rogue. Try to see if he can maybe pick himself up a little bit of an eclipse. Lots of starbursts out in the open, but the Rogue is not gonna go behind, not gonna go out in the open towards Ori. Ori's having to bring the starburst to him. Knock up one, knock up two onto speed. Try to see if he can pick up another one. Maybe hit the Rogue again. Doesn't still have an eclipse because eclipses do empower the starburst by quite a bit. And the Rogue is looking for yet another kidney shot. Interrupt by Ori with a disarm to follow. The Rogue is in stealth, getting knocked out in the air. Actually walks into another starburst run after. Bash to follow. Actually got nothing left on this. He got a blind right now. The Rogue may be dead. Oh, and Ori does blast him out with a starburst at the very end. Oh my god. Them starbursts. He just threw the Rogue up in the air and juggled him there for a little bit. I am impressed with this man's juggling capability. Ori. And it's usually used as an insult, but he's literally a circus bear. He's literally a circus bear. He knows how to juggle. Except he doesn't juggle balls, he just juggles rogues. Oh my god. Getting hit with a sap as Jaromek's trying to see if he can maybe not get juggled, not get tossed around like a piñata. Ori, kind of limited what he can do. Does he have emergency healing here? That's the only thing that's going to save him right now. Bear form with a quick disorient versus Jaro, catches a quick flesh cut. The Rogue does get close enough in order to interrupt it. Immediate disarm when Ori tosses him to the side. As the Druid is looking for a bit of a reset behind the pillar, just trying to create some space between the two. Maybe even a reset does land it. And Jaro out in the open trying to desperately find Ori, but he can't do it. Ori swinging behind the pillar, immediately going to go for regrowth. He kind of expects Jaromek to be out in the open or something. Somewhere out there, away from himself. It's just unlucky. If most of the times rogues do kind of go out in the middle though. Like if the rogues are looking for somebody, they will walk out in the middle. They won't go behind the pillar immediately looking for them. Ori has his flesh cut completely just smashed through. Barsky, the other thing, it's keeping him alive. The Rogue is looking for them crits, not really getting any. That's going to be immediately disarmed by Ori. Jera could Cloak of Shadows this one in order to get his weapons back if he wanted to. Quick roll by Ori into Cyclone. Jeremex does get hit with a CC. No chicken available. Has a blind vanish. Cloak of Shadows and one charge of Shadowlands. So could get aggressive here. And Ori tried to see if he could pressure the Rogue. Starbursts are falling down. That's exactly what he wanted. Jeremex, he couldn't rush with Ori. He's going to get knocked up in the air. Ori chickens out of it. Cheap shot to follow. Another Starburst right behind him. I think he knows it is there. And this is why Jero is just going to see Seam in place. Not going to let Ori go anyway. He got him low enough. Hit him with a blind. Now he can go for a triple sap. While Ori is out of form. Out of bear form specifically. And this is where maybe Jeremex, if he gets the crits he needs, he could potentially take Ori down. Ori needs immediate bear form. If he gets a gap in between of the CC, in between of the stuns, he may be okay. Big damage on the Rogue. Ori does not get emergency healing. Definitely needs bear form as soon as possible. Oh, and Ori does hit the bear form roar, but Jero does end up taking him out. And Ori trying to see if he can just fight through Jero with his final death throws, just popping off as much damage as he can. But Jero isn't super concerned with it at all. Daniel is going to be up next, trying to see if he can swing around towards Jero. Hits him with a quick rake, full blades, before Jero really gets to go behind the pillar. Mage to follow, doesn't even give him an opportunity to catch a sipping cup. Just made sure that those stuns are airtight between one and the other. And Worthless Mage is going to be up next, throwing down a frozen orb over towards Danny, who's still holding on to that berserk. He's still using it right now. Worthless seems to get himself quite a bit of damage all the time. Mages did get buffed recently, but I don't really know how much damage you can really do against a feral druid that's a necrolord. But at least he got himself all the time to reverse some of this damage back. So he may be kind of healthy. Has shields, dampening it kind of high though, 39%, so it's not going to make it that good for the Mage whatsoever. Kyrian Spark to follow. Does he have the big burst? Does he have the big damage right here? Trying to see if he can make a play. Well, there's going to be Frostbolt to follow, back-to-back flurries. I think he was trying to make some damage happen, but Daniel did get behind the pillar just to get out of there as soon as possible. Worthless does try to go for a little bit of food. Quick, invis, but the swarm is on him. It's going to keep him out the open. The ice storm is going to make him immune to any stuns though, so that's perfect. As then he goes in for the rake opener, that's most likely going to be an ice block out of the Mage. There's no way, right? Yeah, maybe Mages in Dragonflight may be able to do something more versus feral druids, but as of right now, there's only so much they can do. They're kind of limited on their tools. Even though Worthless is trying his hardest, he is struggling, but he's doing the very best he can. Playing Shimmer instead of a normal Blink, which I think as a Frost Mage you kind of have to, since you have to cast everything. but those dots and rots, and after using an ice block, everything is just gonna melt you at that point. Chicago charging out next, trying to see if they can maybe take out Daniel. Daniel trying to see maybe if you can reverse it past Chicago, but the static totem is actually going to keep him in place. The static totem catches him as they knock him back into the static totem, forcing him to bounce with a quick sunder right after. Daniel's actually just getting CC'd quite a bit into a main mode to Chicago as the ghostos do dissipate. Chicago's going to take a bit of bleed damage. Is going to have to use that mana and Maelstrom in order to help recover. Daniel's kind of lowish on health, 48% dampening. This could be an opportunity for Chicago to push the offensive and maybe take this Druid out. Potentially could get him out of the way. Chicago still has a whole team of Team 1 to fight through. We got Shadow Prince, we got yet another Feral, and a Warrior. Daniel taking quite a bit of damage. Earth Elemental giving Chicago a little bit more of a bolstering capabilities. Daniel is going to go for as much bleeds onto Chicago while also focusing on his own health and survivability. Diving into 50% health, has a Necrolord shield procket for him. And Chicago is undeterred, trying to get whatever Maelstrom they can off Daniel, but they can barely catch up to the Druid. They need Maelstrom in order to maximize the value of the healing. Daniel with a quick roar, got himself friends in region. Flash kept getting interrupted pretty quickly, so at least denied any kind of healing. Another static totem is going to be a big bleeds out of Daniel. It's going to be Chicago trying to see if they can maybe use Sunder with the capacitor totem to maybe lock down the Druid for long and not take him out. Quick chain harvest, got himself lots of healing, plenty of damage, but that was a wall out of Daniel, reducing and dampening quite a bit of the damage, trying to deny Chicago any burst value. Chicago does have Ghostwoods coming back up very, very soon. Another maim by the Feral Druid, just trying to control Chicago as best as they can. Ghostwoods join in. That's going to be plenty of Maelstrom. All that healing is empowered, which is going to help fight through the 55% dampener. Daniel with a quick roll onto these wolves, just trying to see if he can keep the Feral Spirits off of him. They're Raptors, but I keep calling them wolves though. Feral Spirits, I keep thinking they're wolves. Ghost wolves all the time, but they're Ghost Raptors. Gonna be Daniel trying to go for a quick maim. The wolves do disappear, at least one of them does. Sunder onto Daniel, no health, and Chicago does, and I'm swiping them out with Cicalina? I don't even know how to say your name, but it's gonna go for a full Void Eruption immediately. PI, everything. Got himself the Mages of the Dead. Just trying to get as aggressive as possible. Chicago diving behind the pillar, trying to create some cover. Does not want to fight the Mages and the Shadow Priest, but the Mages is doing work back there. That Mages is actually doing a decent amount of damage. Like, Chicago's kind of rotting. Cicalina does not have the mobility of an enhancement Shaman, so I don't know how they're going to be able to catch up to them at all. Does want to keep Chicago out in the open. Going to be a capacitor totem for a second with a static totem on top of it. Stun to Cicalina as they go in for a disperse. They do play an Aegis Trinket though with, what is it? It's one of the other, not the Aegis Trinket, it's the Resolve Trinket, the one where you become immune to CC when you use it. Got himself mobility while casting, so that's going to be Megalomania. Well, after the Megalomania is over, their health is going to be brought to 30% health. Try to go for, what kind of trinket is that? I don't ever see people play that ever in the season 3 or season 4. It's going to be Chicago zapping him down. What does that trinket do? Hold on, isn't that the one that like tries to take all the absorbs in front of you and then, or absorbs around you? Consume the absorb effects and then spits out like a, what is it called? A necrotic effect on people? Chicago getting blasted out by Baladox. He's gonna go for a trinket off of that capacitor, keeping Chicago pinned in place with the Spear of Bastion. Chicago is gonna be able to break away from the Rampage and Fury Warrior as they activate Reckless Abandon. Is gonna be able to trap him in place with the static totem as Chicago just looking to back up out of there, catch up a little bit of healing. The Fury Warrior wants to re-engage with you. The more they can get you in combat, the more healing they're going to get out of it. And also the more price they can get of Reckless Abandon just to drop you down. Chicago is trying to play up to their cooldowns the best they can. Quick charges around the corner. Balor is going to Chicago super low. In that Executor is trying to go for a bit of a cast, but no. Balor does end up taking him out. Oh my goodness. Bal with some damn. Chicago coming back in with 2. Ori juggling rogues around. I saw my man Seawork there for a second. But then he did. Hopefully we'll see Seawork in the next game, yeah? Maybe we can get him to go first so he doesn't have to play into dampening. Alrighty, boys. Let's get another one up and running, yeah? Another duel for the day. Another one going, boys. This is actually pretty cool. Yo, Chicago. Lux, let me know when you boys are ready. We'll go again. I'll be real quick. Sounds good. Come on, Chicago. I think Chicago did pretty good. I'm to sell, 2M self-heals in PvP. Too much? Maybe, Chris. Maybe, but some classes are, in a way, designed around self-healing, right? In a way, some classes are literally designed around self-healing. Which I don't think is a great way of going about it. Like, some classes should have some self-healing, like hybrid classes. But like self-healing should not be a defensive. I think it's just kind of it creates issues. I feel like having a proper defensive is probably better, which I think is what they're trying to do with paladins, trying to give them more defensives. But yeah, Lux, Chicago, let me know when your boys are ready. Chicago is ready. Need one. Wait, almost ready. Then need an Ono Mas. Lux, do you have a 5-man or are we good to go? Chicago still does need one. If you guys want to, oh wait, Chicago 5. Never mind, all good. Lux, let me know when you're ready. Or the group disbanded. But let me know, bud. Had a 1v1 arena. Had a 1v1 as enhanced Shaman, so I wasn't ready. Had yet to 1v1 and enhanced Shaman. Yeah. Shamans are pretty nuts, especially against casters. They got a ranged interrupt. They got grounding totem, purges. So if you have any buffs to maintain your health, right, to maintain your buffs, that's gonna be kind of nuts. And the second way you said my name was right. Now the question is, how did I say it? Because I literally forgot. Cicilina? Is that the one? Cicilina. Right? Or wrong? Because I can work with that. Cicilina. Sort of, kind of, right? Something like that. Great duels. What's up, Terrence? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Yo, Billy, let me know when you're ready. Yeah? Okay, cool. Cicilina. I can do that. Because it makes you think of like Sicily or something. That's pretty cool. Also call me Ray. Can do. Can do, Ray. Like in game, because I see the character name, I see Cicilina. And a good chance I'll end up saying Cicilina myself. I can try Ray. I can try to remember it. I'm really bad with names of Ray. Hope you having a good one, fam. Cicilina. Is that how it was spelled? Okay. Yeah, I guess Cicilina. I don't know. I could see a bit like Cicilina, but that doesn't really sound that great. I don't really roll the tongue as easily. Cicilina is like, oh, that sounds good. That sounds spicy. Billy! Are we there? Are we just taking like, is the group gone or is it just Billy at like AFK for a second? But the group is still there. Yeah. Because I just need to know. I was gonna say, what is a Mog? But I literally forgot about BFA, man. You know, that's actually still a really good BFA set. I always enjoyed that. I think I enjoyed the elite version, but I never really seen like the non-elite versions, which don't look bad at all. Like it looks like a Strowman guard. Like it really does not look bad at all. It's like a realistic Strowman guard, or maybe not realistic, because I don't know if the helmet would be that big, but it does definitely make it look very, very armored. It's more like a, you've seen the original like Warcraft cinematic, right? The original Warcraft cinematic, like the RTS, I think Warcraft 3, and they had like the Knight's helmet, looked all very, very emphasized there. That's kind of what it reminds me of. It looks good. I like the elite version though. I like the mythic version, or the elite version, the heroic version, because it was like a Warfront. I guess it was a PvP version of it too, right? But it's like a Warfront armor. But it looked good though. It looked good. The only one I didn't like from those BFA sets, I think it was the cloth. I was gonna say cloth horde, but actually that one looked pretty cool. I think it was the cloth alliance then, wasn't it? It was kind of like just like a hoodie and like all blue, looking like mage robes. Yeah, I like the alliance dark shore stuff though. I thought that was really cool. The horde ones are amazing, but alliance was really, really good. I like the horde ones, dude. If I like the male one for the horde with undead in particular, that helm, oh my god, and the jacket too. Oh, it looks so good. It's so good. Except I know I got like the good one, the good jacket version. I only had the basic one on my hunter at the time because I never actually did that many warfronts. I actually had to go and do the full warfront. It's like, dude, I don't got time with my alts. When is the next match? Whenever Billy is ready, because Chicago is good to go. Got themselves a 5-man. So whenever Billy is back, or if maybe Orin needs to take over for that group. Hello, what's up? Welcome, what's up, my man? How you doing? How you doing? The trinket I use, by the way, is more or less meant for 2s and 3s to beat down healers. Our full set team, we found out it works well in pre-2K rating Omar. Cool. Yeah, I just don't really ever see that trinket like ever. I know that Snoopy at some point was like, wait, this trinket is actually hidden OP in very specific situations, hidden good. I think it was doing like double 2s double feral, and they were just basically walking into classes with the shield, so everybody's an Necrolord or a Warlock. And you're basically absorbing it and then spitting out this necrotic at people somebody dispels it, another person does it, also spits out necrotic, and then they just melt people down. There's like nothing you can do to heal them unless they got like immunities. But at that point, like you're probably not gonna use that spit over at somebody who does have immunities. And now that disc is becoming more popular, I imagine the trinket is gonna become a lot more popular as well. That's what we figured it out. Yeah, it seems pretty good. It's just very, very unusual because compared to all the other necrotic trinkets, or trinkets they had that gave necrotic effects, like, what is it, there was one back in BFA, I think it was the first one, it just fired a bolt of shadow that just did a ton of damage, it could crit, and it had massive necrotics on the enemy target. And just, we would do a triple team with 3 of these. One guy would do it, you get a dispel, 2 people would just fire off and they're dead. So if you had a setup comp real quickly, or even like a big Ooga Booga Mongo team composition, like think of like a warrior enhancement shaman turbo, right? Just or steamroll somebody down kind of setup. One person would do it, you got a spell, 2 people throw it in, that's it, you're dead. Just steamroll somebody, whoever you want to. Usually the healer would use it, then would have been a spell, and then the warrior and the shaman could just turn around at a guy, spike him, dumpster him down with a sentence, taking him out of the game. So that was the first iteration. Then they did the whole like corruptions thing with the void stuff. That was interesting. That was cheesy though. Then they did the shackles in the season 2. The shackles was like kind of busted because they did a lot of damage. And then we're like, all right, well, we do way too good with these necrotic effects to the point where everybody in the mother plays them. We're gonna scale back with this one, so they made it like super weird of like it'll absorb of enemies, only absorbs, and then it'll spit it out frontal, but it has like a channel portion to it, and it's like, okay, so you made it like super weird to play with, so now nobody really plays it. Especially when you have the resonator, dude, you just throw a grenade down next to them. Like, how do they like, okay, well, we don't want necrotic to be like a big thing. Okay, cool. So we give you a grenade. Huh? Wait a second. Probably somebody in Blizzard was like, yo, what if you made a grenade that applies a necrotic effect? I'm like, no. Players have a problem with necrotic effects. I was like, I'm thinking to myself, players also have a problem with trinkets doing everything for you. You know what I mean? Like if you want to make a very difficult, very specific trinket that's very powerful, I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that. Very specific trinket, but also very powerful, I'm cool with that. So I thought the necrotic one, what they did with like absorb and then what shoots out, I thought it was fitting. Billy! Is Billy gone? Like perma? Boys, we main you the second group. Does my man Ori want to take over? Does my man Ori want to take over and get a group together by any chance? I didn't get the beta? I'm sorry, man. It would be a famous group. Feral runs Feral S-Priest, Feral Holy Priest. That way it can peel to the healer and the Feral can... that way if I can't peel to the healer, the Feral can. We can have 2 grips, the Feral can save them. Cool. Got the beta, been having fun? Hey, that's awesome, my guy. Yeah, I'm glad. Oh, how many of you guys have the beta? How many of you guys have the Dragonflight beta? Does Chicago have beta? Because I know that Seavark has it. I know that Chillpills has it. WAP has it. Ari has it. So if we get enough like 10 people with the beta access, yeah, we should be able to. Jack, what's up, my man? How you doing, my guy?
You know I got a dono whenever I join.
Yo, what's up? Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Hey, here we got a hashtag Jack McKenzie. My man, I got a dono whenever I join in. What's up, my guy? Appreciate you, my dude. Here we got a hashtag Jack for the wonderful, beautiful dono, my man. Too. It's 5 big bones, man. 5 big EU bones. Appreciate you, fam. I've gotten every beta for a while. That's a meme comp and the counter full of casters full of melee. Cool. I do not have beta, I don't think. I would check beta at Chicago just in case. But if enough of you guys have beta, if like enough people, like 10 people from the duels have the beta, we could do some beta 5v5 1v1 duels sometime where EU and NA can all participate. I think that could be really fun. Once I know enough of you boys have the beta, I think that'd be really fun. I think that'd be really fun. I think I will give it a couple of weeks, but I think doing some duels over in the beta would be awesome. Billy, how we doing, my guy? Do we still have a group or not? Chicago. Hey, Chicago, Anthony just made some art. Look at that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. That's really good. That is so good. I'm a fan. I am a fan. Let's go. What's this? Gavel? He just gave him gavel? What the? Huh? One of the beta things? Okay, okay. Cool. My man's Fate wants to do some beta stuff tonight. With staff and them. Cool. Dude, so far in the beta, I don't know what's going on in the beta, but earlier this week in the beta, you could do any dungeon. Anytime you wanted to. Do it, chat. So do we have a second group? Chat, I think we may not have a second group. Does anybody want to start a second group? Because I'm just realizing that Lux said he's gonna be BRB, but I think it's just gone, like gone from the stream. So I don't know if anybody's leading Lux's group. I don't know if anybody's leading Lux's group, but we may need somebody to make a second group. I think I should have Ori added, right? Hey, that was the next EU 5V5 finally hit 2100. We'll let you get the pally in there. We're gonna be doing these, Jack, tomorrow. Oh no, tomorrow. Friday. I don't know why I said tomorrow. Friday is EU Duels. Saturday is NA. Today's a Saturday stream. So today is NA. Friday, or I guess yesterday, would have been EU Duels. So next Friday, my guy. Next Friday, same time. Next Friday, same time, we'll be doing them on the EU. We have groups lined up. Or if we get it on PTR, we may even do some PTR duels with all the new talents and stuff. That could be really fun. Could be really, really fun. I'll keep you guys updated if you get PTR. If we get PTR, I'll let you guys know. But I would love to. Yo, Chicago has a group. We got Tank, we got Casper, we got a 5-man there. We do need a second group though, boys. It looks like Lux is gone. Billy's gone. So anybody want to take over Lux's group? Wow, don't I have you add in reality? Are you part of the group, by the way? Because I thought you were going to join them, or did you not end up getting invited in? But yeah, but if you know if you get some beta, man, I would love to do some duels over in the beta. I think it'd be really fun. What, they don't have max level characters right now, but once they have like max level characters and a proper PvP server, I'm in Chicago's group. Oh, okay, so you're a Tank. All right, I see. Okay, for some reason I thought you were in Lux's group, or in Billy's group, or in Ora's group, or in Daniel's group. I guess the Feral is the guy. I thought you were in that group, but I guess I had it wrong. But yeah, so we do need somebody to start the second group, boys, because my man Billy is gone. But yeah, so if anybody wants to do it, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is go to Dungeons & Raids Legacy, hit hit start group. I called something like 5V5 1v1 Duels Dal, get the boys, and I'm sure some of the boys from Lux's would be able to join you guys pretty easily. But yeah, so if anybody wants to start a second group, boys, it's that easy. Just host it, let the boys in chat know, saying, yo, I got a group. I was gonna join, but they filled. Oh, okay, fair enough. But yeah, we do need a second group right now, boys. So if anybody wants to start one, that'd be fantastic. And I'm sure we got some boys in Lux's group that would be down to join too. Because they're probably like, oh, we were gonna play, but then group is gone. So gotta go. Hopefully we get an announcement of like a proper PvP testing server or realm over on the beta. I'm sure they'll do like endgame servers, right? Like a server where you can do like get all your endgame Mythic Plus gear and all that stuff, right? I imagine. Maybe like one day. Because I know they did that for BFA, but they never did that for Shadowlands. Although in Shadowlands, I think they had like level 70 characters. And all the gear was like standardized. But I don't think they had, or maybe they had honor gear back then. Maybe that's what they'll do. Maybe they'll add like an honor vendor. Let you buy honor gear. But I was hoping they would do like a BFA style where they had like a bunch of vendors on like a PvP server where you could just queue PvP things on there. PvP server where you could queue PvP stuff and duel each other. That was really fun. But then again, some BFA they also had like what? They had what's it? I like the dueling arena, and they were trying to try out that whole dueling thing they were doing. where you can like talk to a guy and really queue you against another person to duel in the center. I'm so sad that whole dueling arena, like they didn't continue anything like that. They have one in Borealis and Zuldazar, but gets like no use. Maybe there's some server where people actually use that system to duel each other, but man, there's most people outside in Agramar. What's up, Ashley? How you doing, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Boys, we are still looking for a second group though. Unless Lux is back. Do we have a second besides Chicago? Does anybody in Chicago's group maybe want to break off and try to see if they can put a second group together? Because that could probably work. Because I'm sure there's some boys over in Team Lux's that would be down to join in. But yeah, let me know, boys. Next Friday, man, I'll get an opportunity. Yeah, I'm down. Definitely. More than welcome to join us, my guy. More than welcome to either join a group or a horseman yourself and join up for some 5v5 1s. Is there a meme counter on Castle's Melee? That's cool, Ray. Oh, it looks like we do have somebody breaking off. Hey, let's go, boys. Hey, boys, Chicago has a second group. So if y'all want to join Chicago or Casper and or Tank, you guys are more than welcome to. Woodwalker crack, I like that. We got 2 groups, boys. Yo, Chicago, looking for more. So anybody on Team Lux, you guys are more than welcome to help populate the group with Chicago. Everybody on Team Casper and Tank, they just did one more, and that team will be good to go. So waiting on Frost ZK adjustment, maybe some changes. Looks like they are going to be adding some new stuff to Frost Death Knight in the future. They already mentioned they'll be adding the Horn of Winter, and maybe even changing it and making it a Death Knight specific thing, the Frost Death Knight specific thing. But as for how they're going to adjust it, yeah, I'm hoping they'll get some Frost ZK stuff too. Heard that message from me? Did I? Okay, yeah. I just tried to see if we can keep up with all of them as best as I can, but it does mean I kind of repeat myself. I try not to though. I try not to. Well, boys, we need a couple more for Team Chicago. If you guys want to join the groups, it's pretty easy. Dungeons and Raids Premier Group, Raids Legacy. Find the group, top number 5 at the top, and you'll see these groups, these boys trying to put some groups together. We do this in Raids Legacy so we can utilize the cross faction, alliance, and horde can join. No special requirements or gear necessary. Just be aware. You'll be going up against some of the big boys, so just be aware. We need 2 more for Team Chicago. Oh, it looks like 3. 1 more for Team Casper and Tank. I'm sure they can get some of these boys in here pretty early. But I see there's just a couple of more boys. Just a couple of more. It'll be good to go. It's cool how it goes. I used to stream on Twitch myself, but my camera and mic took a dump, so I just do it on streams now. Fair enough. Honestly, you only need 1 working too. You only need, I guess, probably mic over a cam, because there's quite a few streams out there that don't have a cam. But I guess they're the exception, not the rule, really. I feel like the hardest part is just starting to stream and just doing it, just streaming. But you don't necessarily need, like, I guess you should get at least a mic. You know what I mean? But technically, also, no. I like how you named the duels. I guess you didn't make the groups so they both name the same thing. Chicago needs 2 more boys. We do need 1 more over for the team. Casper, Alex, and Tank. Yo, we got the boys in here. Hey, let's go. What's up, Dad? What's up, guy? My man. I hope you have a good one. Try to put some 5v5 1v1 groups together. Just need a couple of more bloodthirsty villains to join the duels. That'll be good to go. But yeah, Zalo, hopefully we'll see some more Frost Death Knight stuff, man. I don't know what else they could do. We were actually talking about Frost Death Knights the other day on stream. We were like, what else could they do for Frost? Like, thematically, what else could they add to Frost Death Knights? Because, like, even, like, every class, it seems like, has at least 3 playstyles or 3 parts of their class fantasy that you could, like, make talents about, right? Death Knights have, like, Death Coil stuff, Disease stuff, Summoning Pet stuff, Undead. Then there's also stuff to buff their damage and Festering Wounds gameplay, right? Blood Death Knight has, like, the Dot, Bone Shield, Heart Strikes, Death Strikes, you know, and those ways to mix up your gameplay. Outlaw Rogue can either go for the Brigadier with the pistols and or Blade Flurries wildly firing and swinging, or go for more precision gameplay with ambushes, becoming more like a rogue rather than a pirate, or play into like Roll the Bones mechanic and cooldown reduction. Hell, even Havoc Demon Hunter can play into like Frailty, Debuff, Soul Thief playstyle, or you can have the Fire Focus builds on the right hand side of the talents, or down the middle, which promotes like Soul Shard Generation and Fell Devastation. And like, what would a Frost Death have? Like right now, you kind of have like physical damage with obliterates and frost strikes, and then you have like frosty damage with all the other abilities. So I was wondering, what if they gave him like some kind of rune carver gameplay, right? It's all about the runes in our weapons and empowering those, or maybe using runes to like gain certain other abilities, or maybe runes that are like on the ground kind of deal, kind of like a Death and Decay is like a rune on the ground. Maybe they can give him like some more rune-esque gameplay. I think that'd be kind of cool. I do think they need like some kind of like a third part of the class fantasy, because right now like capstone talents are just like, left-hand side is about obliteration playstyle and physical martial prowess. Right hand side is about Breath of Zaragoza and all frosty damage. Middle is just empty. There's nothing there. And the capstone is just like the stun with Frostman's Fury. But you can think of Sindragosa, but it's not actually Sindragosa, but it looks like Sindragosa. You know what I mean? Like they don't have like a third like middle playstyle option. I mean, it could maybe be all about like buffing and bolstering their damage. Like one, focusing on like the buffs that they get, the strength buffs, the procs, overlaps, stuff like that. Maybe at least an AoE rune expender. I mean, I guess they have Remorseless Winter, right? They got Remorseless Winter. I don't know, it's not worth. But runic power, yeah. Frost Scythe, no. Glacial Advance. I mean, it could do like Razor Ice, I guess, but like, I think the only way you do Razor Ice is if it replaces Frost Strike, where it does still similar damage to single target, but it also cleaves. I think that could maybe work. But I think that could work actually pretty well, because then you could make it so that it cleaves and applies the Razor Ice, so then you can play the two-hander, right? And then you can play into the, what is it? The Crusader enchant. Fallen Crusader enchant, rather than like Razor Ice enchant. Maybe that could work. Something like that. Evoker might be the first caster a melee one trick. Like, yeah, I got one with, yeah, dude, it's gonna be really, really interesting. I would love to do all Evoker 5V5 1v1 duel. I believe Frostworm's Fury needs to make a bigger bursty damage. That's true. It needs to be a pretty big impact if it's gonna be a long cooldown. I think it should be big impact ability no matter what endgame content you play. Like in PvP, I don't think it should just be a stun. Like stun is pretty impactful by itself, but like I think it should do some damage. It should always do like a minimum amount of damage. I feel like maybe do percentage damage. I feel like if they made it so it does percentage damage and it can't crit in PvP, for example, I feel like that'd be fine. I feel like that'd be kind of cool. But the problem is the ability can scale though. So that scaling aspect is just, I don't know. It's much. But I don't know. I think that'd be kind of cool if they made like percentage damage and have a huge cleave. I think it'd be fine, because then it's like you could just use it and it'd be big impact ability. But maybe it'll be way too strong. 2 more I needed for Team Chicago. If y'all want to join the Grizz Boys, find them over in Raids Legacy section. Type number 5 in the search and enter. You should be able to see Chicago's 5v5 1v1 group very, very easily. Guess Advance and talk about blood? I'm thinking about Glacial Epidemic Glacial Advance. Oh, you're talking about blood. Glacial Advance is a talent you gotta pick up though, but it's like it kind of works, but it's not really great. Like right now, definitely choose Glacial Advance because it's part of the tier set, so they don't actually have to talent into it. But like the free damage from it is kind of nice, and it does make like cleavy playstyles work, like two-handed in particular. But like I don't know, dude, I just don't know. Something different maybe with more impact with Glacial Advance. More impact than Glacial. I feel like Glacial is kind of impactful for its Razor Ice capabilities, because like you get more switch rolling and you Glacial advancing against Razor Icing everybody, and it puts up debuff to like, take more frost damage. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's what Deathheads have been asking for a while. I just don't know if Blizzard can really give them something that would be a runic powered spender for AoE. I think they're gonna end up having to be like very cooldown focused when it comes to AoE damage, or play Frost Scythe, and it's like that still doesn't really help because it's like a runic power spender. I don't know. Like maybe they could do something. I feel like if they made so Glacial Advance did the same damage or a little bit more than a Frost Strike, and it came with a cleave, I think that could work. But right now, like, you wouldn't use that ability in a single target. Like if you pick Glacial Advance, it's only good in AoE. But if it became baked into Frost Strike, Glacial Advance, that could work. That could work pretty well. Like if Glacial Advance was like an add-on to a Frost Strike, if Frost Strikes also apply Glacial Advance going forward, that could be an interesting add-on. That could be an interesting add-on. I feel like that would work a lot better, because then at least it would give you like more cleave, but without changing the ability so much. I feel like that way you also again will end up promoting the two-handed playstyles as well with that way, so it will work out pretty well. But I don't really know how you would do that for like where you put it in the talent tree. Probably like down the middle so you can reach it pretty easily. We need 2 more boys for Team Chicago. If y'all want to join up, boys, more than welcome to. Find them over in the Legacy section, boys. I want to make sure we got at least 2 groups ready to go. We're looking for 2 more. If y'all guys, boys, if you guys got any friends on Real ID or any partners you play with, let them know about Team Chicago, man. Let them know, like, yo, we're looking for a couple boys for duels. You want to join up? Get in there, my guy. Get in here, dude. When do you think Dragonflight will be out? Mav, no idea. They don't have any official, but there is a rumor based on like a picture that's like shows like the deadline, like the dates that Blizzard is unofficially releasing all of their stuff, and Dragonflight is there. They have Dragonflight listed for pre-patch October 25th, release October 28th, 29th or something. It'll be like a Tuesday, 29th or 28th. I'm not sure. I guess 28th was like 12 a.m. release, all that. But yeah, that's what they had listed last time I looked at it. But yeah, we have no idea though. No guarantee exactly when. They haven't commented or anything about it. At least not yet. So we'll just have to wait and see. What is something like an execute maybe, or we could play with Soul Reaper. Yeah, Soul Reaper is actually valuable. Soul Reaper is actually really good Zalog. That's actually a good ability. It's actually pretty good right now. And it does Shadow Frost damage, so like all your mastery empowers the damage of it. Yeah, we need 1 more, boys, for Team Chicago. Let's get him in there, boys. 1 more. 1 more bloodthirsty criminal joining the dueling brigadier band to compete in the dueling arena. Also, Tank or whoever's leader of the other group. Whoever's leader of the other group could whisper and be like, yo, ready to go? Just let me know, my guy, because you may be able to get a +1 from Chicago. It'll be good to go. If y'all want to find the boys' NZXT section, look up 5V5 groups in the search. They should be able to find them pretty easily. Cross-faction enabled, by the way. Alliance and Horde, welcome. If you got friends, have them join in. Hey, let's go. Appreciate you, my man. So whenever Chicago's ready, we'll queue you guys up pretty quickly. I'm gonna throw you guys on all the good arenas, all the ones I like. I miss WoW Affliction Warlock. It's been fun being a raid lead, just chilling while trying to control a bunch of children. Dude, I feel like classes like that always need to exist. You need to have a class that's kind of fairly easy to pick up, that has like a more of like a caster, like big range of like a large picture view of the gameplay. Like Beastmaster Hunter has always been a good like raid leading spec. I don't think those specs need to be not competitive though, but I feel like they need to be able to have like an opportunity to craft a build that does decent damage, but we're able to like manage everybody. I don't know if Affliction Warlocks and Dragonflight will be able to do the same guy, but they may, because there's a lot more emphasis on dots, which gives them more of a passive gameplay. But I like dots though, so I'm a big fan. We lose Abomination Limb, that way you can't have it all. We lose the Abomination Limb that way, but you can't have it all. So you technically can spec into A-Bomb Limb, right? We could pick up a couple, at least 2 caps on talents towards the bottom, depending on how you talent yourself. If you are maximizing your talent points, you will be able to pick up at least 2 of the 3 caps on talents down below. So it will really be a choice between the Execute, A-Bomb Limb, and Emperor Rune Weapon. You won't be able to have all of them, but at least depending on how you position yourself, you can do at least 2. So you can have the A-Bomb Limb and the Execute if you want to. So you definitely can. And now can you have details on Dragonflight Beta? You do have details on Dragonflight Beta, but it's really buggy. It does work, but it's very buggy. I do wonder if there's like a better build, a better version of it. Maybe the details people announced there's one that's functional. If anyone with access to trying out, there's a mostly stable played version of Dragonflight Beta over in Dragonflight Bug Report. Okay, so yeah, so they are trying to make like a mostly stable, but not fully stable add-ons and stuff. Current version should match the version in channel topic, but it doesn't matter, probably sleep. Okay. So they have a version and they're trying to fix bugs and stuff. 5, let's go! Hey, Chicago! Let's go, boys. Got some duels in here. Tank 1973. What a year. I don't know what happened that year. We're gonna throw you into one of my favorite arenas. Let me know if you need me to requeue, boys. Hey, there we go. Back in here, boys. Back in here with the 5V5 1v1 Duels. They're a little bit slow over on the NA, but I'm still having a great time with you, boys. Thanks so much for joining. I very much appreciate you. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for being part of the community, by the way. Super fun hanging out with all of you. Oh, chat, you're good, you're good. You're good, my guy. You're good. But yeah, you do have details, Michael, but the numbers are not finalized, so don't worry about the numbers. It's one thing, it's like, okay, they got the add-on working, but don't worry about the numbers. Please, if you guys are seeing anybody do any kind of videos on like, hey, this class is OP in Dragonflight, please don't listen to it. None of the class tuning has been done yet. A lot of the majority of the class tuning will be done during the very at the end of the beta. Please do not make a commitment of like, I'm gonna play this class because it's busted now, because it probably could get non-busted later. It'd probably be bad for all you know. Who knows? I like that answer. I'll show you the boys in a second. Twitch. We got us a CM1 together. Rip, Free, Bad, and Z. Rip, Free, Bad, and Z. I don't know what that means. Shreds over Shredder. Over, oh, he looks so angry. Over for the team 1. We got us a Scarlet gonna be first up as an Arcane Mages. Trying to figure out who they're going up against. It looks like it's gonna be Speed. Valorant over for the team 1 with Chicago leading the charge. We got ourselves Jeremex over in the back. We got ourselves Refical as a Fury Warrior. Tior as an Elemental Shaman. And we got ourselves Windwalker on crack. And not even a Windwalker. Scarlet getting blasted out by the Rogue. Go for a Blink. And that's gonna be a Rogue staying on him with a bit of damage with an interrupt on that Arcane Ice block by Scarlet. I didn't even see a little bit of the damage by Speed, but it looks like they were trying to maximize some burst. Trying to, but I don't know what happened. Scarlet is going to go for a bit of images though, with Explosive versus Speed. Arcane explosions back to back. All those images are getting absolutely decimated by Speed though. All those defenses are kind of gone. Cheap shot as Scarlet trying to go for a bit of a polymorph. Speed with a Shadow Meld, just diving into stealth into immediate Shadow Strike, just doesn't give Scarlet an opportunity to really even get a cast off. Shitting power finally giving Scarlet a little bit of cooldown reduction. Definitely needs it if they're trying to get some damage up and running. Gonna be full burst out of Scarlet. Do they have the biggest damage? Arcanosphere, potentially massive go. Trinket by Speed with an interrupt, denying Scarlet the big go. He sees the damage available for Scarlet. The potential power of the Arcane Mage denies them the opportunity to unleash any of it. Didn't want to mess with it, didn't want to Trinket Cloak or nothing. I guess there's a chance he could have got one shot though, so he's not gonna play with fire. Blind with Scarlet, as Scarlet has 2 minutes left on an ice block. I don't know if Scarlet can really do much here. Also, I like your Max card. There's like a bit of blue and a bit of purple. I just noticed. Mix of blue and purple in there. Blink it away from Speed, but Speed is still on their tail. Quick out of the pressure and just denies them the go. What is the zap the Speed go going on, bro? It has to be the mechagon bracers. It's gotta be. Rip Free is going to be up next as a Demonology Warlock, spawning imps left and right as they're slowly approaching the Rogue. We'll eventually have to stun lock him, maybe with a Felguard. As Speed is going to go for a bit of a sippy, get himself quite a few Shadow Strikes onto the pet as Rip just setting up some gates. And is looking to go for a bit of an approach, just trying to go for a little bit of a soul shape as the pet gets stunned. Get a shot slamming into Rip as he's getting ripped apart by them Shadow Strikes, big eviscerates. Rip trying to go for a bit of a mortar call, no chicken by the Rogue. Perfect opportunity for the Warlock to actually get some damage up and running. It's going to get a Tyrant before they get any other pets. It's going to be a full stun into Speed. Tyrant should maybe be able to lock out onto the Rogue, but that's going to be a quick advantage. The DOS of the Night Fame is burning through Rogue's health. There's a bit of damage, but them stealth resets gives him a bit of a shielding that keeps him safe in the shadows. Sap into the pet. It's probably going to open up. No, right before they even open up, Rip decides to bail out of it completely. Just use the port just to reposition. So actually, Speed is going to back up out of there and maybe go for a bit of a reset himself. Maybe he had some kind of down on him. Maybe he had some kind of effect. But he's going to go for a bit of a reset with a pet. Actually, just going to get the pet behind the pillar. I think that's exactly what he's going to go for. Get the pet behind the pillar. Stun it. Stun like Rip. But that's going to be a Skull Bash. Or not Skull Bash, but an Axe Toss really early on. Rip trying to see if he can generate some resources. Their pets though are not really attacking Speed. I don't know why the Demon Doggers weren't super aggressive. Obelisk down. Unless Speed takes down the Obelisk. There's going to be a trinket for Rip as a Mortal Coil Speed with a trinket to follow by the Rogue. As he locks down to Rip, trying to see maybe the Survivors can do work. Quick Fury onto Speed as he summons yet another Phil pet. And Speed getting locked down with yet another stun. More hand go downs and charging in. Speed catches him over Cloak of Shadows with a Shadow Meld, just trying to see if they could bail away from the Demonology Warlock. Just looking for a bit of a reset. Sap onto the pet with an axe toss, just trying to see if he can prevent it, but Rip did burn a wall pretty early on, just trying to see if he can tank up this rogue as best as possible. Demon Warlock sending out the Demon Doggers. The Doggers actually doing quite a bit of damage with the Tyrant, empowering the duration of the spets together with the Obelisk. This is where Speed may want to actually go and take down the Obelisk if he can. The Tyrant is on top of him, but the Tyrant isn't casting. Why is the Tyrant not casting? Finally gets him casting there. Speed takes a huge amount of damage, but looks like somehow survives, and the Tyrant just needs one more cast. It is staring at the rogue, and it's not doing anything. I cannot believe what just happened. What is the Tyrant doing? Rogue no health. Wait a second. Did he just recover? Did he actually just take the rogue down? Vanish dust. How does he escape with 2 health? How does he escape with 2 health? I am so confused why the Tyrant stared at that rogue and you just condemned Rip to his early grave. I don't believe it. I feel like Rip maybe still has a chance here. He definitely needs to stop Speed's go immediately. Board out of Rip pretty early on. Speed is going to get a sap onto that pet. But man, I am so surprised Speed lived that. I am surprised. What? I still don't understand why the Tyrant just stood there like a stump. That just makes no sense. Stun onto the rogue immediately. Rip, does he have a Mortal Coil? He needs a Mortal Coil right now. Before the rogue stuns him. Oh no, he has no outs now. Oh man, the Axos maybe was a little too early. Maybe a little bit too early of an Axos as Shredder try to see if he can get in there. Immediate Garrote on Speed. Disarms him. Disarms his go and hits him with a Shiv. Shredder tried to see if he can go for a bit of a Shadow Meld, but that Shiv is going to slow him down. This lets Speed almost get away with immediate Shadow Step from around another zip code. This lets Shredder reconnect. Immediate Vendetta onto Speed. Has a Cloak of Shadows in order to deal with some of the magic damage. Poison damage, but the Blades are just absolutely tearing him apart. Speed does back into stealth again, evading death for the 2nd time in a row. Shredder sells a Vendetta on the guy, hits him with a cheap shot. I think it may be over. Does Speed just survive it just somehow narrowly? Maybe Kyrian to pick up, barely alive, evasion at 2 health. So continue to get back-to-back stones to the Shredder. No way he turns it around on him. There's absolutely no way Shredder gives himself a lot of healing. I don't even know what's healing you. Are you Night Fae? What is healing you just now? I don't understand. Shredder does not, or Speed does not have any kind of breaks from CC as long as Shredder does not make a mistake. Speed will go down here as long as Shredder doesn't make a mistake. Mark for death? Kidney shot, right? Kidney? Yeah, there's no way. I was gonna say for a second, like, what was that? I was actually so clutch. I was so close. Tior trying to see if he could drop down like a static totem onto Shredder. Is gonna get him the Fire Elite rolling up, dropping down a Meteor under his feet, but Shredder's gonna be nowhere in sight. He still has a doubt on him rolling or something from somewhere. Got himself the stealthy shield for a second, and looks like he's clean. He has himself a clean getaway. Asira is gonna go for the eyes to pick up the true sight in order to see if they can find the rogue. If he sends out the fire elemental towards the rogue, he may be able to see which direction the fire elite is going, but he doesn't really have that kind of control over his pet. Definitely should target the rogue and send the pet at him as soon as possible, unless he just has no idea. Maybe he just has no idea. He may just have to pick up the 2nd set of eyes, but Shredder's over there waiting for him with the Vendetta coming up in 20 seconds. If Shredder can somewhat delay... Oh, he will not be able to delay it. Tior got himself complete CC immunity. Shredder just tried to see if he could buy himself some more time. Earth Elemental is getting rotated, and Shredder again moves over to the other side of the arena. Just try to stay as far away from Tior. Tior has true sight, but the only way he really knows where the rogue is at, if he literally just sees him. The Earth Elemental is walking over towards the rogue. But he also did not have the same control of the Earth Elemental. Didn't send it to actually chase after the rogue. Quick stun, trying to deny the Shredder the opener. Static totem to keep him in place. I don't think if a Shadow Step will let him get over there, will it? Cloak of Shadows really early by Shredder. This could be a perfect opportunity for Tior to turn around and get some mad damage onto the rogue. Big Vendetta as Tior gets him with a stun. Lightning Lasso has to trigger for it with a wall to follow. As still full Vendetta rolling in. Shredder just trying to see if he can live up to his name and shred Tior. But it's going to be a blind as his cooldowns are kind of waning. Is going to maybe go for a bit of a Shadow Meld. The Earth Elemental should keep the rogue in combat, but may just be able to outrun the Earth Elemental. And Tior is kind of out there in the open. He has himself the big defensive from the Earth Ellie, but the next go by Shredder could be very, very deadly. What kind of are you a Necrolord? Are you Night Fae in this thing? Are you Kyrian? I don't even know what commoner you are. I want to say you're Night Fae, but I can't tell. I actually don't know what color this man is. But TR is going to sit down and get himself a bit of food. And is going to have to pick up eyes yet again if he wants to find the rogue early. But looks like the rogue is just going to buy himself some time and maybe wait out for defensives. I don't think a rogue necessarily needs it. He's Kyrian, really. Oh, that actually makes sense, I guess, why he had so much healing when he was fighting speed. He's running the Pelagos or Clay Sippy Cup build. I forget which Soulbind does it, but one of them has like a big Sippy Cup. It's like a heal over time, but it's a huge portion of your health. 26% dampener. The rogue opens up with a Garrod, get a shot versus Tier, knocking him back for a second. Shredder is going to let those dots stay in, hopefully get a shiv on the Tier, and back up out of there. Tier does burn the Dark Iron Racial, so I think he was able to remove majority of the dots of himself. If not, oh, some maybe. And Shredder is going to back up out of the Tier, is not running the Necrolord Marilyn Soulbind. So Shredder could have actually initially sacked him. This man is a many, I think, or something. I think it's a many has the flesh cut that you can use while moving. But looks like Shredder is gonna wait. Is this man really just waiting until Vendetta? I mean, I guess Tier picked up the eyes. If you can just find where the rogue is at, may have fire elemental is available. So what you can do with a pet too, and this is what every pet class should do. When you pick up the eye looking for the rogue, get your pet up and target the rogue and use the pet attack macro or pet attack command for your pet. Your pet will start running direction of the rogue. Sometimes that'll cause the rogue to like put himself out in the open or go juke one way or you juke the other. And you kind of pincer maneuver the rogue. You go left side, your pet goes right hand side, and you can kind of get on top of the rogue pretty easily. That's going to be someone to Shredder, trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a re-stealth. Garrod, but this is where Shredder is going to try to see if he can commit big vendetta damage. Shadow step it over to Tier. Now get mad damage. What was that in Venom? Huh? What was that in Venom? What the hell was that? Oh my goodness, no, this is why he's playing Kyrian, okay. I see how it is. WoW on crack, Woodwalker on crack is gonna try to see if he can maybe run around with his little kite and his little ghoul on the moves. Shredder, I think this man, I don't know, is he gonna be playing that one-shotty build? What was that, chat? What is that? I don't even know that. I had to see what that man did. Wait, if he can do that, oh my god, imagine doing that kind of burst with all the other buffs you're getting in Dragonflight. Because you're getting so many more Venom buffs. Man, Assassin could be deadly. Wow, when Walker and Crack tries to look for Shredder, actually stood right next to him. But the guy's Mog literally let it blend in. He got a little bit of yellow, a little bit of blue. And honestly, a little bit of yellow, a little bit of blue. It kind of looks like a little bit of like shrubbery area here. Like if you look at here with that Mog, I could see how it looks like camo. Cloak Shadows by the road, trying to see if he can make a break away from Wild Crack into an immediate Shadow Meld, into a re-stealth, kind of juking him out, making the guy think that he's going into the arena, into the room. But he's not. He's looking for him. He's like, yo, maybe I could find this guy. Where's Wild Crack's oh, there it is to go. I was gonna say, where's your pet for a second? But looks like Shredder is just gonna wait 30 seconds until a vendetta. He opened up for a second just to get a finisher on the guy, but then he got himself a full reset with a Shadow Meld as well as a vanish. So one of those kind of build his goal for just like hit and run. 15 seconds. I mean, at this point, there's no way Shredder is gonna come out. He's just gonna wait until vendetta and vanish. There's a good chance he's using vanish as part of the burst though. So I want to see how big that's gonna be. When Walker and Crack, if he uses AMS at the right time, he could reduce a lot of this damage, or AMZ for that matter. If he uses AMZ against this poison damage, that could be massive. Shredder getting hit with a stun, has a trick in case he wants to. He's going to burn a trick with an evasion. AMS up for Windwalker and Crack. Shredder has to delay his vendetta by a little bit. This is where Windwalker is going to try to get as much damage as possible on him. Shredder needs to go big vendetta evasions up right now. Get a shot into Windwalker and Crack. Big damage, massive damage. Flash cut, trying to see if he can survive it, but it's going to be massive damage out of the rogue. Oh my god! This rogue just absolutely blasted him out. Jeremax has just seen a man get murdered, and he's trying to see if he can deny Shredder another opportunity. He's trying to stun the criminal in his footsteps, but looks like Shredder does dive into a restyle for a second. Cheap shot on the Jero. He's going to load on with a couple dots, kidney shot to follow. He's going to hit him with a shiv and walk out of the Jero, trying to see if he can catch back up to him. But the slows from that shiv and crippling poison is going to slow Jero down quite a bit. Dives back in the cell. My god. This gameplay is so cringe. The one-shots, I mean, literally the guy is, I'm not going to deny chat, this man's is just kind of sitting in stealth and going for one-shots. But the damage he gets out of it is quite a bit, yeah? Shadow Strike, Cheap Shot of Shredder, there's no way Jeremax is going to let him live. Now after what that man's done, is it going to be Chicago next? It looks like Chicago just kind of staring into a wall. We also got ourselves Valorant. One of those two has to be next. And Jared is guessing it's probably Chicago. Is it Chicago? He's given an opportunity to like figure out what they were doing. He doesn't want to be that rude boy. In Chicago, one of looking at Valorant, probably waiting for him. But I think Jeremy's like, I think it's you, Chicago. It looks like Valorant's maybe AFK. He's given an opportunity. He wants to stay in stealth if he can. But looks Chicago is going to be forced out into the combat. Get his shot. Chicago is just choosing not to trinket. I don't know if Chicago is like playing or not playing. Ghost was right after. It's going to need a lot of healing. It's going to be Battle Master Trinket. Give him a little bit more health with a big heal from Chain Harvest. Got him some lots of answer from those Ghost Feral Spirits. Going to be Jared. Get his stun locked and locked down into the capacitor. Turn Cloaker Shadow's trying to see if he can break it, but it's going to be plenty of physical damage with Chicago. Continue to do this to pummel on Jero. And Jero Mania Innovation. Going to be a Haymaker. At least trying to see if he can set one up. Potentially going to be a stun onto Chicago as a trinket out of Jero. Doesn't vanish as their health suffers. And if Chicago can find the eyes fast enough, they may be able to get up to Jeromex and take him down very, very quickly. The Earth Elemental is available, but it's not really going to be super aggressive. Definitely want to get a hit on Jero before he gets a hit on you. Blind, the Earth Elemental is going to keep Jero company as well as a Rapture. Evasion up, but Jero really early to try to dodge all those pets. Looking to get a kidney shot on Chicago. Does not have a trinket for it. That was a pre-wall though. Pre-walled it. Well done. Jero tried to see if he could blast at Chicago. Quite a bit of damage. The pre-wall was substantially valuable because Chicago is super low. Jero just has one more global for Chicago. Do they trust themselves? They don't trust themselves to do it. This is going to drop down a smoke bomb. Does Chicago have enough globals? Then he's hit one more cast. Some there. Oh, and does end up knocking out the rogue. Well done. That was actually so close. Oh my god, yo, Shredder cheesing these boys out. Absolutely cheesing them. Let's get another one going, boys. Yeah, as long as we got it, goops. I'm gonna get another duel up and running. Let's go, boys. That was weird, but it was interesting. I do like Rogue Burst, although Assassination just has the cheesiest. Not gonna lie, that was the most boring duel. Yeah, for real. Like if the duel is definitely gonna have quite a bit of things that gotta cut out because there's a lot of downtime. Like I feel like the moments of like the Rogue actually playing and getting the one shots, I find those exciting. I'm not gonna lie. But the question is it worth the payoff? I don't know. Did Chicago choose Magar? Chicago actually went Kulturin. That was a Kulturin. I can see why you think that's a Magar. Kulturins and Magar females both look pretty beefy. You know what I mean? Pretty thick. So I can see kind of those would look similar. The Magar are Orc, they're for the Horde, and Kulturins are for Alliance. But both of them are quite sturdy, quite big bone. Not really big boned. No, they're like just big. You know what I mean? Because female orcs just have like a little bit more of like a big demeanor. You know what I mean? Big muscles, just a bigger stance. You know what I mean? Oh, you're good, fam. You're good. Yo, Tank, let me know if you got a group or if you need to remake it real quickly. It's easy. Tank and Casper need a couple of more boys. If you guys want to join up with Walker on crack, you're more than welcome to. More than welcome to, boys. Oh, maybe, yeah, maybe. Could be. But no, Chicago is Alliance. Is your healer Spec and returning player to play? Go. Is this healer Holy Priest? I didn't even have to think. Didn't have to think. Holy Priest. But chat, what would you guys recommend for a new player to try? I think Holy Priest. Just because they got good throughput, good damage, good everything. They're like the meta. They're not the strongest all-around healer. Like there's other healers that are stronger than them like in a raid environment. But like dungeons, they're good. PvP, they're good. Raid, they're good. They're not a bad healer by any measure. And they're pretty easy to get into. Like their healing is like straightforward, right? You have HOTS, you have heals that bounce, you have big AoE heals, you have casted AoE heals, you have quick heals to an ally, you have a long heal that's more valuable, instant cast healing, good defensives, big group wide healing. So basically I have like the tranquility, healing over time playstyle, but also like casting like a old school paladin, all that, and the goddamn too. So they got like every playstyle that all the healers have. It's just you have druids that are like kind of like a holy but like more HOTS. Mystery, kind of like a holy but like more melee and like more HOTS focused. Shaman has like quite a bit of casting to it. More group stuff, more group area of effect stuff, and totems. Paladins are like more in the melee and more instant cast, big burst heals, right? So because every other healer almost feels like it's a split off of holy in a way. Speed, full on cheese strat. Talk about starting on top. Super before he even killed the lock. Speed. Oh, did he? Oh, I didn't even realize. Yeah, I didn't realize he was on top of speed like that. Yeah, I didn't think about it. Yeah, I guess Shadow should try to stay in his side of his arena, side of his room, until it's time for him to duel. Yeah, I think it's a fair point. I think it's a fair point. Did I save this? I hope I did. 238, 9, 240. I think. Yo, we need 2 more boys over with Casper and Tang. Boys, if you want to find the groups, find them in the raid's legacy section, the PvE side of the LFG, so we can utilize like past faction queue goodness and look up the groups for 5v5 1v1 duels. We need 2 more boys, and we'll be good to go. Just 2 more, we'll be good to go. Thanks, Dal. I was told Shami Holy Place is the easiest, and you just confirmed it. Shami, I'd say Shami is easy to a degree. I feel like Shamans have a lot of... I guess when I'm thinking like holy easiest healer, I'm thinking like all content, dungeons, raiding, PvP, also ease of play. Holy is just very straightforward. There's no real tricks with Holy, not too many. There are some like gameplay things you can learn where you can like really maximize and optimize and get better. But Shaman I think has a little bit more of like positional requirements, especially like healing rain stuff. Healing over time, damage portion of things, right? Mana management, stuff like that, totem management, cloudburst totem stuff. And in PvP, there's like a little bit more of like an active role, like, you know, support role while healing an ally. You don't really hang back and heal. Where a Holy Priest can kind of sort of do that. You can go in with a Fear and Chastise, but then you're kind of just chilling. You kind of, so as a Shaman, you'll kind of be a little bit more active, where a Holy Priest can just do that every 30 seconds or something. Of course, you can be very aggressive and very active as well, but you can do pretty well just by playing a very like healer-oriented, healer-focused. So we'll determine Holy and Disc. Stupid question, I don't know. Holy is a throughput healer. You're just looking for the big healing numbers. You're just trying to put as much healing out as possible. And you use Holy damage mostly. With spinning with Holy Fire, Chastise, so you have some CC capability. Discipline Priest does damage, and their damage abilities can also heal with Atonement mechanic. So you'll be able to set up for like a big setup on a boss, for example, right? You'll be able to have like a bunch of allies in a dungeon or raid. You'll be able to put up atonements on them through basic heals. Like those heals will do a bit of healing. But then you'll set up a big damage debuff on the boss, and you'll slam the boss as hard as you can, and every single ally with atonement will get a portion of the damage as a heal. So then this way you can do like group-wide healing if you set it up. It's very mana heavy, and you have to wait cooldowns, so you have to go watch your power word shields, extend those heals, big AoE heals. You spend a lot of mana, but everybody has atonement. You're blasting the enemy, and the harder you can hit, you can basically do tranquility style damage for an entire raid. But it's very, very mana expensive. But you can, if you can set it up properly, if you can set up atonements and do big damage to the boss, you can go provide a lot of healing to your raid and party. This place also has focus on absorbs, so you have ability to like prevent damage before it comes out. This place also for PvP purposes has access to shadow spells and holy spells, so you can get a heal for shadow, heal for holy, so it makes it a little bit harder to get interrupted and really locked down by players. You also have pain suppression, which is damage reduction, so it's great for DR focused playstyles, as well as dome, which is great for DR focused playstyles. Depending on how raid's structured, sometimes a raid will take a ton of damage in a burst, and they're gonna die. So having a DR to dampen that damage to make sure they don't die is like a priority. Lately, they've been doing a lot of fights where there's bleeding damage, chicken damage. There's a lot of like damage over time that rots people down. So throughput healers are a lot stronger, and the big burst damage is not quite as scary. In most cases, players will get low on health, but not quite dead. But in previous raid designs, like some mechanics were just a one-shot for entire raid. So you need like a way to reduce damage taken by a party or raid. That's where this quiz was a lot better in. So they have specializations. One is really good at putting out green numbers. The other is good at reducing damage taken, applying shields, and doing a bit of damage and healing, which works out really well if you're just trying to do damn. Right nowadays, like this priest actually does less damage than Holy, because Holy can either focus on damage or healing. This priest damages and heals at the same time, so the damage is nerfed and it doesn't feel that great to play at times. But it can be useful in certain fights where there's like big group-wide damage and you're just trying to like pump DPS numbers for free. That's the best way to explain it. One more boys, and we got us as a group. Traverse versus Chicago. Uno mas, find him in raids. Legacy section boys for cross faction. Thanks, Del. I want to have one of each DPS, tank, and a healer. So far, I have a Doom, Winds, Venthu, Enhanced Shaman. Nice. Probably a Holy Priest. And we'll check what you recommend. Either a Blood Death Knight, because they're really, really good right now, or a Monk. I feel like if you're not sure and you want just a good tank class, That's going to be good going into the next expansion. I think Monk, I mean, all of them are looking really good, don't get me wrong, but Monks with Stagger make it so much more approachable. Once your Monk gets Stagger passive, as you level up, you become so tanky. Stagger helps you offset a portion of the damage you take into a damage over time ability, so that you always have smooth damage intake. Monks almost never get just surprise smacked. Like Death Knights have a pretty big health pool, but they'll take big damage. Your health is going to yo-yo between high and low, and depending on how you use your cooldowns, you should be able to take a big hit, dash strike to recover a massive portion of it. You're just a big sponge, and your health yo-yos. Monks have a pretty big health pool as well, but probably the less, not the biggest, but the way they take damage passively. You don't have to press any of the buttons. Passively, you'll just take less damage than other classes because of Stagger. It will offset a portion of the damage you take, so you never take a full hit, and it'll be trickling down damage over time, so it smooths out the healing for your healer. But that one I like because it's very passive. Like Blood Death Knight, you have to rotate defensives. Like you'll walk in, you'll pop out the Death Pact, Blood Tap in order to reduce damage. You'll need to build up a couple Marrow Rends, and then you're fishing for those big dash strikes once you get a big hit, and try to self-heal. Guardian Druid, you have to maintain Iron Fur at all times, and Frenzied Regen whenever, and rotate defensives like Barks in a Wall in order to stay survivable. Brat Warrior, you have to keep Shield Wall during crucial moments, and then spam out as much, Ignore Pain as you can, in order to make sure it's basically at cap, and rotate defensives actively. You have a lot of defensive cooldowns, but you will be rotating them. Demon Hunter is like, you don't have defenses, but you have like very short CD mitigations, and you have to rotate them properly, or you're going to be out in the open. If you ever don't have any of those mitigations, you're taking full hits, you're not going to live it, then you have to run. Monks, passively, you don't do anything, you just go in, start throwing kegs, punches, kicks, and you passively reduce the damage you take. And then you could use certain cooldowns in order to help offset some of the damage, like with bow shields or reducing the stagger overall when it gets way too high, so you can just remove stagger to some degree. Then you have like one big defenses, and then outside of that you have mobility. But the fact that defensiveness plays passively rather than actively, I feel like makes it a little bit easier for players to pick up and do content. Pally or Monk? Paladin. Paladin is very, very active. That's another one. Paladin is very, very fast-paced. It's gonna feel better in Dragonflight, but right now it's very, very... If you don't have a shield block ability, sort of Shield of the Righteous, if you don't have it up, you're dead. You're either the fairly tanky with the shield, or the squishiest thing since Priests. So probably Monk. Yeah, probably Monk due to mobility. Monks are really fun. Yeah, Monks are a fantastic choice. Sorry about me waiting for the 1v1, but that build is hard to play without CDs. All good, Shredder. All good, my guy. Hope you're having a good one. We need one more hour for the Team Casper and Tank, boys! So you can keep these 5v5 1v1 duels rolling. Thank you so much for answering my questions. I don't really like Demon Hunter Tank. DK is fun, but I still see playing Saiyan King. I don't see Saiyan King much longer. You should check out some of the Death Knight updates coming to Dragonflight. They are looking pretty good. They're looking pretty good. Druid is much confusion. Druid is actually pretty easy as a bear. But as a class, it is a lot of buttons. But as a bear, it's pretty easy to get into. But I understand it. Just like Warrior, so between Pally and Monk, thanks Dal. Cool. Mooncat, this guy talks so much. Me? Bro, I mean, we're just waiting for another 5v5 1v1 duel. Yo, Mooncat, if you join up Tank, then we can get ourselves into some 5v5 1v1 duels here. Until then, I got some time to burn, so I'm more than happy to answer questions in great detail, because Obsidian is like, yo, I need sorry, I mean me, or if you talk about Obsidian, that's fine. Like, ask away. Yeah, ask all the questions. Imagine just like sitting there and like you have questions, but then you just don't want to ask them because you don't want to be that guy that talks so much. You know what I mean? It's like I mean, there's no stupid questions, there's only stupid people, and the only way to not be stupid is to ask questions. I mean, you probably should also ask questions of people that are not probably more knowledgeable than me. I just try to do whatever best I can, but I'm sure like people that main these chain classes will probably have better info, but that's the best I can do. But a healer between Shaman and Monk is more fun. To me, Monk. I love that melee, but it's like, it's so niche. It's not popular. I think a lot of people like Shaman though. Shaman is really cool because it can get aggressive. Both of them are looking really good for Dragonflight. I'm really excited for Monks though. Oh, I love that Monk melee gameplay, boys. Ah! I hope they don't nerf it. Breath is still good to play. They are pretty good for PvE content. They're pretty decent. They're pretty niche for PvP. They can work, but they're looking so much better in Dragonflight though, Akali. Definitely looking better in Dragonflight. Boys, one more over for the team one. If you guys want to join up, my man Tank and Casper. More look to peep these boys over in the dungeons and raids. Pre-made groups portion. Peep the top 5 in the search. You should be able to find the groups pretty easily. They just need one more, good to go. I think Arcane is the king of Mage for PvP. No, is it? I'll be very surprised if that's the case, because they haven't been king in a long while. Long while. My man still plays it, but I don't know if they're king in PvP. I think it's still fire, right? Let me look up. I'm looking like so fire mages are doing like what, 2500, 2600 in 3s, 2500 in 2s. Let me see Arcane. Arcane is doing 2300s in 2s and 2400s in 3s. So like Arcane can do okay, but it's not fire. It's not fire. And like it's not like hot like fire, but it's also like not insane like fire. You know what I mean? Let's see. Frost mages are doing 23s. Frost mages are getting more 3s plays though. They're playing 2600 apparently. Or is this guy's playing 2600? Lightsaber. I'm actually very surprised they played at 2600 as Frost. But they're doing work apparently. Apparently they're doing work, man. Oh my god. Burst of Cold. First one resets cold, then from cold. Are they playing like some kind of a burst Nova build with Burst of Cold, Cone of Cold? Wait, that actually is kind of nuts. Wait a second. They're playing Discipline Command. Are they trying to go for like a big one-shot build? I kind of want to try it now. You have a group? Hey, we're full. Let's go, boys. What are we going to put you guys in? Do we do Blade's Edge? Edge. We'll do Blaze Edge. Hopefully it's not too big of an arena for the rogues. Hopefully it's not that good for rogues, or not that insane for rogues. It's generally a good arena that I like to play in duels, but sometimes it can benefit some classes more than others. I think Warlocks and Monks, but I don't know if you got any of those in here. Alrighty, boys. Another 5v5 1v1 duel. Let's have some fun, yeah? Let's have some fun in a 5v5 1v1. So Twitch, personal opinion, I can take Fire Mage. Yeah, I feel ya. I can take a Fire Mage, can't get close to an Arcane Mage. Really? Okay, I see what you mean. Frost main though, most of season 2, gotta say Arcane is sleeping Dragon. Oh, they need one buff? Yeah, I think at this point, Dragonflight is where they need the buff in. Dragonflight is gonna be the buffs they need. We got ourselves Machiavelli over on the team 1. I'm liking that set. Look at that purple with a bit of green. Yo, I kind of like that. I wish I could see the full set on stealth. We got us as a Rip over as the Demonology. Actually, Affliction this time. Sacrifice of the big Blueberry. We got Scarlet on that Arcane, Valorant as a Feral Druid, and Chicago on that Gold Tyrann enhanced with Shamansman with Chonkasaurus over for the team 2. I kind of like that Mog actually. It's very simple. We got ourselves Kenny over in the back. I actually like that as well. Why does that look so good? That's a 2 on the side, looks great. PRF is a Monkus. We got Speed, and we got ourselves WoW on Windwalker and Crack. I don't know why I keep calling WoW and Crack. Chonkasaurus is going to be first up with Scarlet, trying to see if they can maybe give him a one-shot. Big old Polly. Didn't trinket. But it's going to be Arcanosphere, potentially big damage. Oh, breaks out of it, leaps away. He literally leapt out of that Arcanosphere. Scarlet trying to see if they can break out of that. Oh my god, Scarlet had maybe a bit of panic here. Maybe a bit of panic and see. Trying to see if they can get out of the spear. Trying to use Soul Shape, Blink, everything. But Chunko, I don't even know how he, I guess that Relentless gave him just a little bit less uptime inside of that Poly that gave him opportunity to get a leap. Trying to see if he can charge after Scarlet. Scarlet got plenty of blinks though. Are they playing proper blinks or are they playing shimmers? That's my question. Does have ultra time apparently, so at least it's set up a way to reposition versus Chunka. And it's going to try to see if he can blast him out. Nova touches the magic, potentially big damage. Does Chunka have Reflect? Another Arcanosphere? Is this going to be enough? Smallest Arcanosphere, but it's trying to see if he can blast him out. Chunka picks up a ton of health, though. Charges out to Scarlet and recovers all of it. Quick leap over to Scarlet. It's going to have the touch of the magic slamming down on him. As the missiles were ramping up a bit of damn there. Scarlet got a plenty of plenty of ways to deal with Chunka. They actually got a interesting build where they can go for missiles with Touch of the Magi. They got the big instant cast damage for the arcane power and arcane blast. Trying to go for a bit of missiles, interrupting no ice block, and that's gonna be Chunka taking out Scarlet. That's super unfortunate, man. I can't believe that he dodged that Arcana Sphere. What a leap. Convoke out right now for Valorant. Chonko is going to try to see if he can survive this. Doesn't have any way to stop Valorant as they're opening up with a Resolve Chicken, but he's going to recover all that health with a Frenzy Regen as well as a, what is it? Not Dead but Harm. Victory Rush. Impending victory. That's the one. Valorant tried to get a root into Chonko, but he had a Reflector early. I don't know if anybody caught that. Leaping away, there's going to be a leap right after him with Chonka trying not to give his Feral Druid any respite behind the pillar. Does he get the line of sight? If he just get a line of sight of the Feral, he could potentially just charge out at them. Trying to keep him in combat, at least out of stealth. Maybe could jump after. Valorant's trying to do the very best they can just to give himself a bit of a reset. Chonka continues to truck along with a Blaze Storm. I think maybe using Blaze Storm just to see if he can maybe AoE him out, but does activate Reckless Abandon. Eyes right next to him. And Valorant doesn't have any outs anymore from CC. I don't think Chunka is playing a stun-focused build. So that could work out for Valorant. At least they'll be able to get some control. But does not have that, what's it, the Resolve Trinket? Is it Resolve? I keep forgetting it. I almost never see people who run Resolve. It used to be such a popular choice, especially the passive one. But the active definitely has some cheesy play to it. As Chunka trying to kind of hover next to the eye, looking for Valorant, but not quite seeing him, not just yet. If you just ran on the whirlwinds, does catch him at the last second. Valorant trying to see if he can dip away. Reflect is up for Chunko. In case Valorant got Reflect roots or anything. Interrupt was used by Chunka, trying to see if he can pin down Valorant. Is going to eat a Cyclone, but Valorant is going to have to stay in there and try to go for another Recyclone on Chunka. Will not be able to get one done. That's going to be Valorant trying to see if he can break away and stack for him. And that goes to Emergency Frenzy Regen. Kind of out of options unless they want to go for a wall. Definitely should be concerned about their overall health. Chunko activates Reckless Abandon. Trying to see if he can leap after Valorant. Almost whirlwinding him out, but it looks like the Feral skulks away. And Chunko kind of out in the open. He knows where Valorant is with his Ringos, but the Feral is most likely going to catch themselves another re-stealth in just a moment. There's only so much he can do. I guess it's Feral Druid, especially with the Convoke. Big bites. Chunka trying to see if he can live it. Does pick up a little bit of health in between. Emergency Frenzy Regen was used there. Rebecca's up in case there's another root. Wall out for Valorant. Just trying to see if they can stay in there and take that Convoke all the way home. And Chunko trying to see if they can just stay on top of Valorant. Has Reckless Abandon for just a quick second. Definitely needs a couple more Raging Blows in case they want to maybe maintain themselves a little bit more. Maintaining their health. Braun joins in. Maybe could go for a bit of a knockup on Valorant. Keep him in place for just a quick second. Try to keep him in combat. I don't know if Braun is enough to keep you in combat though. He is punching you, but I don't know if he acts like a Earth Elemental. Can he keep you out of stealth? Or is it like... It looks like he should be able to. It looks like maybe he's doing it. Potentially. I think he is. Normally, I don't see Braun doing that good of a job. But it's going to be Chunko. Wait, Chunko, you did not. Chunko, you did not. Chunko, you did not just use the Jailer's Gavel. You did not just use Jailer's Gavel versus Valorant. I swear to God, I just saw something weird, something cheesy out of your weapon. And I think you're literally using Jailer's Gavel. Gonna be a spear onto Valorant, riding down to the Jailer's Gavel, as well as the damage that Chunk is putting out. Gotta reflect against his root available. Valorant in bear form, friends in regen. And it's gonna be Barskin, barely any health. As Chunk is trying to see if he can just charge right over to them. Has a Reckless Abandon. This is one more charge, and the X can, slamming him down with a quick charge, is blasting him. He is Jailer's Gavel. Which effect did he get from Jailer's? Was it the Kyrian or the Necrolord? Because I saw both effects. I saw a Kyrian Shimmer and a Necrolord like Eruption. I don't know which one it was though. But I've seen warriors do that. Apparently they're playing the Jailer's Gavel and that thing does a ton of damage. It's basically a new Gatiku. But it does have like a long cooldown, so I don't know how often he'll be able to use it versus Rip, which is actually getting all the dots out of Chunka. Chunka may be in better trouble. That's all the dots extended by the Dark Glare, trying to get himself a bit of a sippy cup, but there's only so much he can do. Needs to get on top of melee. He needs to get on top of Rip immediately. Where's the Dark Glare, by the way? You should attack the Dark Glare. At least get some healing off of that thing. If he's careful, Chunka could just attack the Dark Glare. This Rip is playing the full dot build with the sacrifice. He got the Necro effect. I don't remember what the Necro effect does, Chicago. I know that the Night Fate does a dot, and so does the Maw effect. I don't know what the other ones do, though. I have no clue. Actually, because I never played with a gavel, I really should try to see if I can pick it up. Spear onto Rip. Try to see if I'm able to survive the spear. And Shanko not sitting in that mortar coil for long at all. Rip, I think, could board and break the spear, couldn't he? Did try to see if he could keep the dots on the Shanko, playing that sacrifice, so every single one of those dots can proc with a bonus shadow damage sacrifice, and that's exactly what's happening. Shanko just melting. He needs to get on top of Rip. He needs to get in melee. He needs to get some pending victories, and he immediately needs some healing. Going for a bit of a frenzy regen with a reflect versus Rip. I don't know if he was going to be able to reflect, like, I don't know, a dot or like a slow, whatever. Rip just tried to see if he could bail out of it. Definitely wants to go for another port. Shanko needs to get up next to him as soon as possible. Reckless Abandon does get himself a couple of raging blows, and is trying to see if he can hide away from that UA. But as soon as Rip just rampages those dots, he just forces those dots to tick out faster. Shanko's in trouble. He's got himself reflect, charging out, picks up a bit of healing. Does not have a reflect for that mortar coil, but if he did, that'd be perfect. Rip trying to see if he can maximize the damage. Quick fear with the spirit to follow. Shanko doesn't have a lot of health. And oh, quick drain by Rip, taking him out. Oh my god. Shanko had such a good go just now. Such a good go, but Rip did end him in his tracks. It looks like he's gonna be speed, trying to go for a bit of a bow with Rip, trying to be super friendly here, and Rip is given an opportunity like, yo, okay, I know how I'm dueling. Quick bow. Honor duels, boys. I think I've missed some honor duels in here, man. Speed walking up like, yo, you're dueling me. You got time to prepare. So Rip was able to reposition. Quick shadow step by Speed, just trying to stay on top of Rip as best as he can. Quick fear almost hits him. Shadow step into a kid shot. It's gonna be dark pack for Rip, trying to see if he can take it up. It doesn't even matter. Viscer just absolutely thrashing right through him, slicing up the board with a quick blind. I think Speed just cheesed out Rip, unless Rip can somehow survive with a wall. I don't think he can. I don't know if he can. Maybe you wall this off and hope for the best. Maybe Speed makes a mistake and goes for the shadow step in the opener instead of a stun. Wall. Trinkets, human racial. They're going to be a trinket out of Speed. Could potentially port and get out of the way. It's going to be create some line of sight. Jumping away. Actually does get to juke Speed out. It's going to go for a bit of that night fade just to break away from the guy for just a second. Does have dots rolling on Speed though. Is going to rampage those dots. Speed holding on to the cloak of shadow. Still has those dots wanting him. This is quite a bit of damage. Is getting himself a re-stealth. Sab onto Rip as he goes in for the gateway. Speed still has dots on him, but it should be able to catch himself another re-stealth versus Rip. Rip has Dark Pack coming up very, very soon. Dark backed up immediately. Does Speed have no damage? Shadow Blades, everything. Trying to see if he can burn right through him. Does he get him? Trying to make it happen. Cheap shot as he falls down. Ports right after. Does get away from the rogue. He needs a mortar coil immediately. Mortar coil immediately. Does he have it? C-Pod. I think he was trying to see if he could maybe get a mortar coil, but Speed letting him get... I thought for a second Speed was going to let him catch a reset. But that's why Speed backed away. It was like, you know what, he's dotted. Quick shuriken throw, taking it out. I thought for a second Speed is gonna keep this duel going. Nope. I don't know why I thought that. Machiavelli trying to go for a bit of blade throw. He does find Speed. Quick gouge in the opener. Roll the bones, and you may have to go for immediate disarm. Potentially with Speed, gonna be a cheap shot. Machiavelli human racial out of it into it. Does someone to Speed with an evasion. Curing damage does come through from Machiavelli. He needs for that evasion to fall off of Speed, and then he'll be okay. Blind. If Machiavelli has the calm points, he may be okay. He may be able to do this. He just needs the most amount of damage and the biggest procs possible. If he goes in for a full kitted shot versus Speed, he may be able to do it. Pistol shot, cheap shot by Speed, get in the opener, got himself the taser versus Machiavelli, trying to see if he can survive it, carry him, sipping up into a blind. And he doesn't run normal trinket, so he's kind of like CC'd. He can't really do much. Maybe these saps will break faster than Speed's DR and stuns. Maybe they'll break a little bit quicker because of that relentless, potentially. Shadow strike, immediate feint. Machiavelli trying to get himself a bit of a heal. Another kid shot, and I think he's just punishing this boy at this point. Speed is just unstoppable with Chicago charging out. Try to see if he can take it down. What a fist weapon are those? It's a Wrath of Lich King, right? Try to see if he can crush down Speed. Cheap shots back to back. Chain Harvest, but Speed had a pre-cloak ready to go. He was expected, but still mad damage out of Chicago. Got so many of these raptors on there. Jurassic Park over here. Trying to see if they keep the pressure on Speed, but Rogue dives into stealth. 10 minutes into the duel, 11 minutes rather, 36% dampening. The healing is not the most debuffed, not the most nerfed, but it is going to affect the performance and survivability of both of them. Probably more or less it's going to affect Speed more than Chicago, especially with Speed not really holding on to any defensive cooldowns any longer. Shadow Blade's available, just trying to see if he can stay in there. Another taser onto Chicago, knocking him back. Literally knocked him back just now. Intro stun, Chicago could go down. One more visitor needed for speed. Intro trinket, and Chicago have a heal. Needs a heal desperately. Does get a heal last second with a battle message to get speed with an evasion. Trying to see if he can dodge all physical damage to Chicago. Looking for the juke. Does Chicago give him the juke? Does not. Wait, second time? No, it doesn't give him the second time. And then blasts out his speed right afterwards. Still holding on to evasion. Does he have a Kindle shot right now? If he has a Kindle shot, you can maybe make something happen. I think trying to Shadow Meld. Shadowy Duel. Kindle shot to follow. The Earth Elemental is still beating up on him. Does the Earth Elemental have enough damage? There's a Flame Shock on him. Does it take him out? Trying to see if he can stun it, but an Alien Blast meets him. Oh my goodness. Trying to see if he can duck behind the cover, but couldn't quite do it fast enough. With Candy gonna be up next. Trying to see if he can take down Chicago with a quick sepsis. Is it cheesing him? Big cheese. Wall out of Chicago immediately. Trinket by Kenny with an evasion. Yep. I think I tried to cheese him. Cloak of Shot is an evasion by the Rogue. He used every defensive. Chicago is barely alive. Blind to follow. So at least the Rogue is not maximizing the damage inside of the Vendetta. Ghost Raptors are still going to build up Chicago a little bit of a Maelstrom. As long as the Rogue does not have a big burst opener here, Chicago should be able to heal through this. They have Maelstrom. 45% dampening. Gonna make it a little tougher. Getting a shot on Chicago. Does he have enough damage? This is where the Rogue has no energy. Trying to maximize the double Envenom. Barely any healing for Chicago. Do they have a Chain Harvest? Maybe Chain Harvest will help him. Just throw him into Kenny. Try to see if he can stun him with Capacitor. At least keep him at bay for a second. Try to go for a bit of a Hex. No trigger for the Rogue. Chicago does get himself a healing. Dropping down the healing totem too, which is giving him a bit more value. Next up, the Rogue could be still deadly, but I think it was the art or no combo points. And Chicago just blasted him out. Walking away. I like it when you were walking away slowly for a second. It was like what was one of those moments like, cool guys don't look at explosions moment. I like that. 13 minutes into the duel, 49% dampen. Chicago trying to see if he could dive away from PRF, taking the gateway, very unprecedented, and leaves. Oh my god. I think Chicago was like, you know what? I think they would try to I think they want to take the gateway just to break away from Monk, and they thought, you know what? That ruins the sanctity of a dueling arena. I take the L on that one. Boys, let's go again, yeah? I want to go one more time. If we still have groups, I want to give it another go. That was fun. Yo, we actually had a Fury Warrior here tonight. That was awesome. I love it. Hell yeah. Oh, man. My man, what's up, Soren? Hey, Dad, consider doing these duels in Wrath? Dude, I think it'd be fun. Yes, I would like to. No guarantee that I'd be able to, but I would like to. Tank, Chicago, let me know if you guys want to do more or if you guys are done for the night. Have a lot of fun with these duels, man. Q again. I want to, bro. I want to. Let go. I do want it. Yeah, in order to have a double legendary, do you need to finish the storyline? Yes, because the other legendary needs to be a Unity legendary. Unity grants you your Covenant's legendary effect for free. So it needs to be a Unity legendary. Tank, ready to go. Chicago, how we doing? Well, build was out to look fun. It was Chicago build, man. It was the Chicago build. Atho. Oh, it's just a tank. What could go wrong? Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. This is my barely RPG. Let's start. Oh, Convoke. Oh my god, bro. Sorry, my man. Hey, yo. How you doing, my guy? Hey, yo. Sorry, can we get Isaac Stone in chat? Going appreciation for Alpha my man. I don't know how to say the O. I don't know how to do the alt code for the O with the slide, but if you could just do a hashtag Soren boys, showing our appreciation for the wonderful, beautiful Dono, my man. Thank you so much. Appreciate ya. Thank you. One's just deleted. Yeah, there's a couple of those. There is still a couple of those for now. Make sure to report them. We found a box that says delete me. All it says is delete me. You think bears only exist in RPGs? Nah, I've been around with friends eating people in the arena non-stop. That's like 12k DPS in 30 seconds straight. That's nuts. That seems broken. Not to mention the off-hills. That seems broken. Here we go. I appreciate Solar. I appreciate it. Yeah, next time Soren. Yo, can we get a hashtag Soren boys showing our appreciation for the wonderful, beautiful Dono, my man. Thank you so much. You finished? If Chicago wants to do another one, I'll be down. Looks like Tank has a group. Chicago? Do we have a 5-man? Chicago, let me know if you got a 5-man right now or if you're done for the night. Let me know, my guy. Because Tank got a group. Tank got a group. He said, yeah. Chicago, are you like muted or something? You haven't written. I miss talking to you, my guy. What you been up to? He said, yeah. Wait, okay, so if I queue right now, it would be good, yeah? Yeah. What arena do I want to do then? What arena do we do? What expansion should I choose for Brewmaster Monk? Oh, to level. I do Legion because I like Legion. I do Legion just because I like the whole monk aesthetic. This stuff. Kyrian 1, I want to blind people. Yeah. I don't know. I don't usually do Kyrian. I was thinking maybe like Dalaran and see what's a hook point. I like hook point, man. I don't know why. I like hook point though. I'm gonna go to do hook point. We did all the good arenas. We get through a lot of the good ones early on. I like hook point though, man. I don't know what it is. I know it's got like a little bit weird pillars. Some people like it, some people don't. Yeah, Kyrian 1 is good. 4 pillars. I don't really mind the number of pillars because the pillars are very, very tiny. So you can't really like line aside them too much. It is a pretty big arena, so you can cover distances. Classes that can do that, like a monk or feral, that can be pretty annoying. But the pillar gameplay itself is like very, very tiny. I like this one because it's kind of a small arena. You can't really cover that much distance. The pillars in the middle are decent, maybe a little on the big side for the duels. But I like the walls though. It makes it interesting dynamic. I always enjoyed the look of this one too. With the mechagon. Mechagon is a little big. The pillars there are massive. And classes like rogues and feral druids and monks gain a lot of advantage. So I try not to do arena. I try to go through all the arenas if I can. But I try not to do like too big arenas or arenas that make dueling a little bit more monotonous. So usually smaller arenas, smaller close spaces, and generally ends up being better for duels. Like Tolvaron, Maldraxxus, the Mechagon, I like them visually and they work well as arenas, but they're like just a little bit too big. Just a hair too big, whether the pillars or with the space. Oh god, he's already going in. Switch. Got us as a bit of a rematch with Scarlet getting blasted out with a fire blast reflected back versus Shanka. Shanka is going to want to have to go for the most amount of damage. That's going to be another polymorph action. Looks like Scarlet is going to go for a canisphere. Shanka trying to go for a leap. Does he still send it? Looks like he did send the canisphere. Trying to see if he can blast out Shanka. Spiritual follow. Scarlet kind of trapped up. Does have the images in order to give himself a bit more damage reduction all the time as well. So good, at least reverse health back. Oh, he got so critically low, but he survived it. Oh, you gotta give respect to that. Still big damage on a Chonko. Gonna go for a Shatter and Throw. This time actually remember to use the Shatter and Throw. Last time he just didn't. Last time he just said Scarlet recover fully. My goodness, Chonko started out strong. Scarlet, I'm so sorry. He got that relentless, so he's not sending polys long at all. So our Catasphere is not gonna do much. I feel like the only way you fight him is you have to, I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do in this situation. But Chonko just charged over. Just steamrolling this boy, just tackling him through the ground, taking him out. And that's going to be Sonaris up next as an assassination rogue. I think Sonaris usually goes in for big bursty builds. Does Chonko. Vendetta, immediate sepsis, has himself the heal spree rolling. Evasion up for Sonaris. Could be Chonko potentially using Spear. Just trying to keep Sonaris in place. Unless you collect the shadows, you're kind of stuck in place. This is how Chonko deals with the burst. He's like, you know what? You stay over there. I don't want you touching me at all. Did he use the Gavel just now? I think Chonko may have used Gavel. Sonaris does have a click of shadows rolling. Does the Gavel affect... Is the Gavel affect a... What am I trying to say? Is it a... What's this? Is it a magic effect? It's gotta be, right? So Sonaris, I think, is able to bypass the Gavel. For any of you not in the know, Chonko looks like he's playing the Jailer's Gavel, the weapon from Jailer. Maybe has that in the mythic quality, who knows? But that weapon, when you activate it, you basically can cleave like a soul sent into the Shadowlands afterlife. Depending where the soul goes, you put up a debuff or a buff on the enemy, or I think on yourself. There's a Night Fae, and then there's a Jailer buff that's like a dot on the enemy. Then there's like a Necrolord buff, some kind of a Kyrian thing, and the Venthyr thing, but I don't really know what they do. I've only seen in details one or the other. Gonna be a Sepsis back on Sonaris, trying to see if they can have a go without a Vendetta. Chonko is gonna take a bit of damage. It's gonna reflect something back, I'm not sure what. Trying to get a spear into Sonaris, but that Night Face Soul Shape does get him out of there. Chonko melting down to dots little by little. Vanaged by Sonaris. Chonko is right on him. He's exactly on him. He knows exactly where he's at. He can just feel it. and could potentially go for a leap around the corner to try to catch up with Sonaris. Definitely needs to go for healing. Got himself friends in region, looking for those bloodthirsts. He's trying to thirst for blood. Blazerstorm gives us up Avatar. Next down by Sonaris could be pretty big. Does slow down Chonka, but is going to get out of the scot-free pretty quickly. And Sonaris is very, very low on health. Is going to give himself a little bit of Warlock health stone just to give himself a little bit more survivability. Shadow stepping around Chonka to try to get around them. And Chonka just needs to catch back up, but them crippling poisons are doing work, slowing Chonka down by a ton. What is this slow? Wait, what kind of a slow is this? Are you running crippling poison? Because the man literally was just slowed down for so much. I think you're literally running crippling poison. You have to be. I've never seen somebody slow down as they're trying to waddle around poisons. What the hell is this? Not crippling, it's God, it's like a PvP talent when you invent put another poison and stacks up the more enemy moves and slows them. I think it's exactly what he's trying to do, trying to bring it down to a halt. Chonka leaps away, but he's continuing to move. Look at how slow he is. He's walking, but he's getting slower and slower in his walk. Blind as Chonka tries to see if he can take down Sonaris while they're in the spear. But at least Chonka with that spear is able to avoid a good portion of Vendetta. Creeping Venom. That's the one. It is Creeping Venom. You're right. But Chonka is kind of out in the open. He has himself big heals. He has himself a Rattling Cry or maybe Battlemaster Trinket, potentially. Maybe a self-heal with Impending Victory. But as of right now, he just doesn't really have much to work versus the Rogue in terms of defensives. Or actually, I guess he technically has defensives, but like, what are they going to be good for? If he's just going to get kidney shot down, right? Emergency Frenzied Heal immediately. Frenzied Regen. Or Emergency Enrage Regeneration. I keep confusing him with bears. And Chonka gets slowed down. Trying to see if he can leap around towards Sonaris, but doesn't quite find him. Does Chonka still hold on to Human Racial? That's like the only saving grace he's got. If he has a Human Racial, maybe he could use it to bypass the Rogue. But he's at low health. Like the next go by the Rogue without Friends of Regen. Wait, Enrage Regeneration? Actually, it looks like Sonaris made a mistake. Tried to go for a stun on Chonka, but super DR'd. Perfect opportunity for the Warrior to potentially make something happen. Does slay his soul. The Necrolord buff is given. Don't know what it really does. Spear onto Sonaris, but does click the shadows away from it. Looks like the slow is back on Chonka. Has to wait for Creeping Venom to bypass. In order to bypass Creeping Venom, because it'll keep slowing you have to stand still for a second. Because it'll keep refreshing every time you move. Or you go for a sit pick up with the Carrion Boy. That could probably help out a ton. Sonaris is going for a bit of a reset though, just trying to play it super, super careful. So twice, Chonka, I've seen him get the Carrion buff, or Necrolord buff. I wonder what the Necrolord buff does to the Warrior. It probably buffs your damage output or something, right? Maybe gives like Giga Versatility or something. Gonna be Chonka breaking out of the sap at the last second, trying to go for a bit of a whirlwind. Does he have the sit pick up from the Carrion? He may, but it looks like he's still melting. Still melting. Does it reflect? I'm not sure what you reflect. Maybe like the last stick of sepsis. Try to see if he can leap away. Sonaris is just trying to step around on top of him, not letting the Warrior go anywhere. The Warrior needs healing ASAP. Do you have a sit pick up at all? Try to stand still for a second just to take off the slows. Spear onto Sonaris. Get a shot super short. Does Chonka have enough damage? Chonka. Oh! Does he die though? Oh my god. Chonka did such a good job though. Chonka did such a good job. He stayed with this Rogue until the very end. He was like, you know what? If I'm going down, you're going down with me. He had to accept that the dots are going to run him down, man. Oh my god. PF dropping in BDB onto Rip. And Rip has a quick succubus CC onto PRF. Yo, Tagsy, my man, love ya. How you doing? Long time no see. Any beta duels? Do we have enough boys for beta duels, Tagsy? Because Tripple's got it, Sierra's got it, you got it, who else got it? Ari got it, so that's like at least 5 people. We need more on the beta. Otherwise, yes, I'll be down to. I'd be down to Taxi. I will be down to, we just need more people. Oh, what is this burst onto PRF? This man is literally getting melted while I'm telling Taxi about duels. What is going on? I just missed it all the completely. PRF is getting melted. Karma immediately. I don't even know if that karma helps you. PRF just got himself dark back. Just gonna wait out until those dots are over. It's gonna reflect those dots back onto Rip. Rip just needs to get all those dots back on him. Massive kick out of PRF though. Oh, what is this glass skin and build he's got going on? What was that, chat? That was incredible. It's going to be immediate interrupt by the Outlaw Rogue, disarmed by the Monk, looking to kick the Rogue back into the prehistoric age. That's going to be evasion as he's trying to see if he can continuously sustain damage burst versus the Rogue. Looks like Machiavelli locks in now with the kidney shot trinkets, but he couldn't quite sit there long enough. With Windwalker on crack, going to be up next is a Necro. I like that Mog. I like that setup. Oh, that looks so good, actually. Wait, that's such a good Mog. What is that tabard? I can't even tell because the rogue is just melting right now. Cloak and Shadow starting to see if he can live. Oh! Cloak ain't gonna stop you from the onslaught of a furious unholy death knight. Also, his shoulders are different, which I like. I appreciate it. Chicago's gonna be the last one left at the 8-minute mark. 90% dampener. One walker on crack. I might have to maybe come up with a different name, man. Crack? Let's go with crack. Crack try to see crack through the defenses of Chicago, dropping down the anti-magic zone. Silence to follow. Full army of the dead joining in as a Sunder from Chicago tries to keep him at bay. Gonna be Crack dropping down the big grippy hand. Chicago has nowhere to go, trying to see maybe they can just haymaker him out. This is gonna get buns back though into the static totem. Does end up cleaving it out, but at this point only pets attack Chicago, with Crack losing out some of that uptime on the grippy hand. Got him some of the big pet damage. That transformation could be huge. Chicago trying to go for as much self-healing as possible. Got him some massive healing at only 23% dampening. That pet is just continuing to rampage through him. Crack getting hit by the Ellie blast, but it's not enough to kill him just yet. Chicago just continues to get just blasted out by that fully transformed ghoul. But looks like transformation is over. Crack got himself with quite a bit of a defensive right now. With a death pad, gives him a little bit extra health to work with. And the Cracked out, so he's not really looking to heal, but it's looking to bolster his overall health. Sunder onto the Death Knight, and Chicago's trying to see maybe they can get some Ghost Raptors onto Crack and take him out fairly quickly. Crack with a not an AMS Spell Warden, just trying to see if he can avoid the Raptors as well as Chicago. Looks to Chicago stabilized for the most part. Crack is gonna have to wait until cooldowns. He got army coming back up. I don't know if he can get himself maybe another ghoul. But if he can get some cooldowns in here, he may be okay. Static Totem, not keeping him in place, actually. Oh, but that Chain Harvest is going to rot him down. With Kenny going to be up next, trying to see if he can charge out towards Chicago. Chicago just used quite a few of the offensive cooldowns, but defensive is still nice and healthy. Trying to see if he can maybe go for a bit setup on Chicago. Kenny shot, Vendetta, Sepsis, full burst. Going to be checking out Chicago with a wall immediately. Sunder onto Kenny, just trying to see if he can delay any kind of damage from the Rogue. As Rogue just continued to blast him out with Sepsis, all the dots have just extinguished. Chicago was able to reduce the value of him inside of that wall. It's going to be evasion cloak, as well as the vanish out of the Rogue. Used every defensive cooldown. He came in, committed everything in Chicago, but Chicago was able to soften a lot of those blows. Then Chicago, with some counter pressure, was able to get every cooldown out of the Rogue, every cloak, every evasion, and a vanish. This means that Kenny is kind of limited on what he can do. Smoke Bomb and a blind are the only tools he's got to really work with. Maybe could go for a blind to Chicago to catch another reset. That Earth Elemental is not gonna let you go anywhere though. Soundorn to Kenny, trinkets out of it, so now Kenny's kind of exposed. Getting a shot on Chicago, trying to get some dots in. Maybe could go for a blind in case he wants to reset, but he got nowhere to go. He needs to take down the totem. That's going to be Capacitor, stunning him for a second. Could potentially go for a blind. Disarm onto Chicago. Try to see if he can just get away. Shadow Step doesn't really give you that mobility you're looking for. Blind onto Chicago, but Earth is just going to keep you company over here. Smoke Bomb, but you can't really separate from him at all. Super unfortunate. As Chicago slowly marches towards Kenny, trying to see if they may be able to take him out. Kenny having to take a little bit longer just to go for a bit of a reset. As a snowball gets thrown at him, Raptors join in, and Kenny gets taken out. Man, that's unfortunate. Speed, last one left, over for the team 1. 11 minutes into the duel, with 39% dampening, so 40% dampening. Trying to see if he may be able to get a bit of an open over Chicago. Going to be immediate chain harvest Chicago. He's seeing those shadow blades, but can't really stop him. Has wall ready to go, but I think speed maybe he'll just chain stuns back to back. Mad eviscerate onto Chicago. Fatty crit at the very, very end, though. Well done. Wow. Talk about burst, man. Talk about damning. Chicago was making a bit of a comeback, but going up against the Rogue and you don't got a trinket, there's not so much, there's not a lot you can really do in that situation. Not a lot you can do, boys. Let's go. I like that. That was awesome. Can you tank? Oh, 5V5 might be. I don't. Yeah. 5V5 duels. I don't really have much of a tank though. Just swap my Outlook to Kieran for the first time. Let me see what the hype is about. It's pretty good for PvP, but it's not really the meta for PvE. Affig Gamer, what a chat rip. He did pretty good though. He was doing pretty well. If I got 100% going to be on the beta duels, hell yeah. Seems like it's gotten, gotta learn Sass Rogue. A true Nightfare Burst. Yeah, Nightfare Burst is interesting. It's not terrible, but it's very, you gotta do it very, very specific. I think what you need, do you play the cheesy trinkets or play cheesy Legos with that? I think most people do. I think most people play the cheesy stuff just to make sure the burst is like as maximized as it can be. I've bit is insanity. Yo, I'd love to see it, man. Let's do another after this. I'm down. If you guys want to do it. Tank, if you want to do it. Chicago, if you guys want to do it. I'm down. I'm a little jealous that rogues can easily play all 4 covenants. That's a good point. Yeah, rogues do. None of our covenants are really bad. Like as a class, we utilize all 4 to some degree. Whether it's PvE or PvP, raids, dungeons, arenas, RBGs. Can you clip those one-shots for me, Dal? Is there a way I can see them on your stream? Yes, I have a video of a Shredder. I most likely will have a video of that game. I need to go back and look, but yeah. Best state app has been since MOP. Yo, tags, that sounds awesome. I really like the Malefic Rapture dot build. I think that could be really fun with the hunt altogether. That could be a lot of goddamn. And faster ticking dots. Oh my god, it's so good. Let's keep going. I'm down, Mav. I'm down. If you guys want to keep going, I'm down. I'm just gonna have to figure out what arena to throw you guys in. Hosting a high jump run on my Warlock. Clean, 3 bosses down, 0 deaths in a 20-ish minutes. Most of the time just waiting for the waves to happen. Let's go, Jake. That's awesome. Is it only 3 bosses? Or how many bosses does high gel have? Are you guys still hosting it or you just did it? Hosting a high gel. Okay, so you guys are still in. Okay. I'm also just immortal, but we have to get there. Yeah, most likely. Most likely. I'm sure they're going to be like nerfs and stuff though. Are you playing your Warlock like at a level 60 or level 70? Because I think the gameplay is going to be very different too. At level 60 and 70. Because I'm sure like right now, maybe to some degree like there's certain passives that you're able to take advantage of right now that won't be there once we hit somebody. 5 just Archimond and Pitlord now. Okay, cool. Hell yeah. Yeah, if you guys could keep that streak, that would be a pretty good run. Gameplay doesn't change much at 60 to 70. I'm trying to think if it... I guess you're right, it doesn't, because you're losing what tier set, but you can get it back as a talent choice if you wanted to. Yeah, and a lot of the dot enhancers don't really change. You just put dots anyway. You have a point, actually. Okay. Yeah, you have a point. I can't say much. Quality of life changes, a couple of damage increases. You're right. You're right. But you are basically able to just like maximize the whole dot gameplay. It seems, I think it'd be good enough. Invite. We have 2 wait in Chicago. Let us in. But I want inside. What do you want? Invite? Oh no. Whole burst after advantage 100% crit. You could play the 100% crit Lego. Yeah, I think those are too cheesy. I think some other rogues have been playing other stuff as well. Ruthless Gladiators Relic of Triumph PST. Season 4. Cool. Wait, Season 11? Season 11, item level 37. What is that? I don't even know what that is. It's an old item. Don't play 100% crit. Trash. Go with the Vanish 5 common points, 12 damage. Yeah, Vanish might be better actually. Because it's just raw. Because crit is like, if it crit, that's great. But like, if you play the damage build, that also gives you common points. That seems like it'll be a lot stronger too. Damage numbers versus 100% crit. Yeah, I guess it's a yeah, crit is only like 2 seconds. That's a fair point. Maybe if you're playing like Exsanguinate with Vendetta, then yeah, maybe I could see that. But yeah, people shouldn't have to wait to play when there's enough waiting. I got 4, can only take 1. That's why. Pick 1, Lee. We're coming back. Oh no. I feel on beta feels so smooth and powerful. That's awesome. Town point 50% crit. True. Yeah, I guess you would just take town point of that in that case. You're right. Since this is cool, but all the nerds made it not as good, so I made a one-shot Kyrian. I like it, Shredder. I like it. I like the outside thinking. It gives you different gameplay, which I was not expecting. Most of the returning things are from Legion. Legion was amazing alpha expect. Well, there are some Shadowlands things that are staying, right? Like the Drain Lego, that's a Shadowlands thing. Unless they have that in Legion, so then don't quote me. Don't tell me I'm wrong. But it faster drains, I think it's a Shadowlands thing, isn't it? Wrath and Mop. I guess there was a lot of things that were back in Wrath and back in Mop too. Yeah, so because like Phantom Singularity was a Mop thing too. And a lot of those other passives are Mop passives. There are some Legion stuff. It's basically like all the good parts of the gameplay from previous expansions are returning to Affliction with some Shadowlandsy things like the Dark Glare and the way they augment it, or the current tier set, or the Night Phase thing. But like the Haunt and the damage over time, Malefic Rapture, UA buff, I think it's really nice. I think it's really, really cool. I like that a lot. That means Warlocks are gonna have to be very, very casty, but I think it still could have some value. Talk about rather like after reroll that soon. Hey, 7A, 5 common points. Yeah, 12% increase, 50% crit. That seems really, really good. That seems really good. And you actually probably have better uptime of that crit buff than you would with a 100% crit Lego. Yeah. Yeah, actually, that is a lot better. I was gonna say like, what about Night Stalker? But it's like that's only one ability, and that could get scuffed up too. I'm gearing my Wrath Affliction. Been farming AVs for 6 hours at this point. Let's go. Assassin Burst cheesy AF, Astel. Oh yeah, very, very. A lot of the Assassinist rogues in particular are very cheesy, and I love it. And I love it. It's hilarious how Assassinist could use that much damage in such a short succession. Does Kieran allow for freaking 8-second kidney shots? No. Kieran only increases the damage or the uptime of finishers. So like Rupture will last longer, Eviscerate, Envenom, Dispatch will hit harder, Between the Eyes will last a little bit longer, but no, you can't go for like a kidney shot. Some rogues were like, that'd be cool if you could use it on Slice and Dice or Ruptures or stuff. Like very beginning of like Shadowlands Alpha and Beta. So I thought, oh, that'd be kind of cool if you had like those synergies. But the Blizzard was like, no, we don't want you to like, it's just damage only. So it made the ability a lot more boring. A little bit harder to play in PvP though. It has way higher skill cap. In Dragonflight or in Wrath? Alrighty boys, let me get you guys in here. We did Hook Point. I guess we did Lordaeron, right? Lordaeron? Hopefully I spelled it right. Yeah, I did. Hey, one more boys. Uno más. Let's go. Where's this song, by the way? You know, I'm not a big fan of this song as much anymore. Like, it's alright, but I'm just not a big fan. I'm just not a big fan of this one in particular. Let's change the mix up a bit. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. Let's go in chat. That's a good one. In DF. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. Tanky wise, you guys are going to be nuts, by the way. You guys are going to be absolute wall. Absolute tanks. Crazy. Alright. Let's get ourselves another group up and running for the day, boys. Yeah, I'm down to keep going as long as you guys are down. I'm actually enjoying these a ton. This is very, very fun. Alright, switch. We got ourselves Team 1 together with Daniel as a Feral Druid making return. We got ourselves Sonaris over as his peeping the Mog, dude. He's checking them out. His peeping the Mogs. We got ourselves Shadow Rick over here as well as a Destruction Warlock with I build walls as a demonology. Build walls? Not trying to make any friends here, man. Not trying to build any bridges. Gonna be Chonko charging out. How is Chonko getting lucky with all these procs? He's gonna get himself what looks like a Kyrian buff versus I build walls. Set him out with a Mortal Coil. Got himself the Bull Dancer with the Pet Burst. He's definitely to go for a Fear. All the pets get feared out by the Warlock. Trying to see if he can stop and interrupt the main tank, the main bursty pet. The Tyrant actually just gonna start ciphering health from the Tyrant. He's not even focused on the Warlock. He's literally able to cast Shadow Bolts from frame. Chonko is literally fighting the pets at this point and is having to leap away as the damage just overwhelming him. All these pets are blasting him out. I think it may be over. Oh my goodness. Our build walls just absolutely had his demonic army. Savage him down. A quick interrupt. Quick stun onto Crack as he dives in with a full army of the undead. The big grippy hand build was gonna have to pour it out of there. Just trying to see if he creates some line of sight. Just back it away from him for a second. Trying to see if he can maybe use that Night Fate. Massive grip behind Crack. Mortal Coil send him out in the other direction. Fear is actually... I am surprised that Fear landed. It looked like this man had Lichborn for like 2 seconds, but I guess it didn't last long enough. Another army of the dead joined in. How'd you get the army back that quickly? What is this? Wait, do you have like a really short army build or something? I don't understand. What's the cooldown on that thing? Flash cut up for Crack, but he does get interrupted. Walls doesn't have really much help to work with. Trying to see if he can back up out of there. This man is just, oh my god, whose game is this going to be? Demon Boss flying out. Does go for a bit of a down Crack. Trying to grip in the Warlock. Is going to end up getting the Exigent buff off of him. Oh my god. Wait, this man is actually kind of insane. Crack just absolutely savaged that boy. Jesus, that was so close. Oh, my tummy hurt after that one. You ever just watch a game that's just so intense? You're just tensing your whole entire body? Dude, I felt it in my abdomen. Oh my god. Silence owner Chicago. As Chicago tries to see if you can sunder the ground that Crack walks on. Just try to see if you can maybe cause him to have a bit of a misstep. maybe fall on into the pavement, possibly face first, or maybe fall right into the pool of the green, also face first, and drown a little puddle. Just trying to see if you can just sunder the guy even a little. Big AMZ down. Crack doesn't really have much health to work with. It's going to be a short best stun as he gets the Army of the Dead joining in. Trying to get as much healing as possible. Actually recovered quite a lot of health with those death strikes, being very proactive with his runic power generation and knows how to spend it. Crack with no health whatsoever though. Chicago just needs a couple more globals. That's all they need, just a couple more hits. And Crack is trying to see if he can avoid him. The Army of the Undeads continue to just claw and chew on Chicago like a chew toy. And the Deathly just trying to use Chain of Ice reactively here as best as they can just to slow down Chicago. Gonna be the pets joining in. Was that another summon potentially? I think it may have been. That's gonna be the pet joining up. Stun on Chicago. Does Crack have enough damage? Is gonna be going for the big grippy hand. This is gonna be Chain Harvest on Chicago. Trying to see if he can maybe take him down. Silence on Chicago. Maybe some healing for Crack. Trying to keep Chicago very, very close to himself. Gonna be AMS available. Maybe can get an armor that join in. Does have IBF. Did recover quite a bit of health though. And it's gonna be the main pet just kind of debuffing itself, losing a lot of the muscle as the Dark Pact falls off. Crack is still alive. I'm actually very much surprised this man is living, because normally for Death Knights you have to take pretty big hits in order to get a lot of healing, but this man is just trying to be very proactive. Death Pact is going to give him a little bit more health to work with. Does not have to worry about healing. Well, in fact, he can't really worry about healing. He actually continues to get death strikes. He's trying to see if he can just fight right through the necrotics just to make sure he can continue healing. Flash Cap should give him a little bit of a health recovery. Is not going to complete it though, but Chicago kind of pressuring him, forcing the way towards the other side of the pillar. Is going to advance towards him. The Abomination transforms. Stun on Chicago. Could potentially be big damage. Chain Harvest does give Chicago life. Killing the pet. It actually cleaves down the ghoul, taking him out of the game for a moment, forcing Crack to summon a new one. Quite a lot of your burst damage is kind of gone out of the window unless you can get yourself another Army of the Dead. Crack trying to be very, very proactive with self-healing. Is going to be getting those summons of extra ghouls joining in. Got himself the Swarm. I think he was going for some damage with Chicago. Does he have enough resources to make it happen though? I think he's just trying to keep cooldowns on cooldown as much as possible. Just trying to keep things on CD, knowing he can get more value out of them. Maybe even force some cooldowns out of Chicago like defensives, potentially even Trinket. Chicago by himself at half his health. Those death kills are doing a little bit of work, but definitely Crack is going to have to activate some cooldowns if he really wants to break through Chicago's health. As we're diving into that 5-minute mark in just a few moments, dampening is going to start rolling in, and is definitely going to set one of these boys over the edge. Crack got a lot of potential burst damage. Chicago got a lot of survivability, but also very great sustained damage output. Crack is just trying to do whatever he can just to stay a little bit more survivable. Attack statics on him is just not letting him go anywhere. Sunder under the feet of Crack is not going to be in a great position. Trying to see if he can heal himself. May have to use IBF here. AMS coming up very, very soon. AMS actually going to be super huge. Versus Chicago. Looks like your main pet does get taken out. How much to summon a new one? Transforms it. Trying to maybe get a full Army of the Dead to join in. Chicago played it very, very defensively. Grip hand is up. Could just take it up with a wall. Silence on Chicago is going to wall this damage off. Crack trying to see if he can maybe just continue on the onslaught. Got himself barely enough health. Can Chicago just crack through the rest of his health pool? Has a wall for just a little bit longer. Crack may have to use IBF. Does go for the Death Pact just to give himself a little bit more health to work with. And is just trying to continue the pressure. Trying to continue the charge towards Chicago. But is now feeling a little bit of pain. Trying to back up on the last second, but Chicago does get a couple more Storm Strikes back to back to take him out. That was rough. And it looks like we had a Monk leave over on Team 2. This means that Speed and Kenny have to hold the fort. One of them has to find a way to blast through Chicago. See if they can fight right through him. Gonna be Speed opening up on the Earth Elemental while Chicago is kind of stuck in a cubby. Killing the shot immediately. Has a trick in case they need to, but do they use it right here or do they hold on to it? Speed does not play the Resonator Trinket, so he doesn't have the big grenade, but he can still be very, very deadly. Blind to Chicago as they get kind of low. He's definitely going to go for a reset up with Saps on Chicago. But Chicago hold on to a Trinket. That was a Chain Harvest just now. So we'll not have any more emergency healing, but maybe it still has a bit of Maelstrom. Speed is definitely going to try to choose this out as much as possible. Now, does Speed open up with a Shadow Strike, Cheap Shot, Kidney Shot? Does he have the go? Open up with a cheap shot, immediate trick by Chicago. Maybe could go for another stun. That's going to be the Rogue trying to lock him down. Shadow Blades is enabled. Chicago trying to see if they can maybe leave Speed all by himself in that static totem. Clever Shadows for the Rogue just so he can immune any magic damage and try to remove any crack control off him. Just trying to continue the pressure on Chicago unabated. Quick knockback by Chicago, forces Chicago out of the Rogue. That Haymaker sending Rogue flying, but he doesn't want to go anywhere. He wants to stay next to Chicago, sinking his daggers into his back. hit his shot. At least you have some Maelstrom. At least you got some Ghost Raptors. Maybe you can get a healing between. Unless he sends a perfect. Oh! And the Rogue lands a crit before he needs to go for another cheap shot. Just sitting in that smoke bomb for a second just to get himself a little bit of a reset. Shadow Rig tossing out a rain of fire past the smoke bomb, which does catch the Rogue, but the Rogue is going to be able to catch himself a bit of a reset. Shadow Rig picking up the eyes. Playing Demonology or playing Destruction, he's definitely going to have to set up for a big old Chaos Bolt setup. So using Rain of Fire actually may not be the worst, especially if you can go for a double Chaos Bolt go. That's going to be a Succubus right next to the Rogue. Does he get interrupted? Does he go for the interrupt last second into stun onto Shadow Rick, who got a wall as well as a human racial. Fear onto the Rogue, dropping down the Infernal. Fear again onto Speed, trying to see if he can go maybe for another Immolate. Yet another Fear. Does he have the big Chaos Bolt setup? He may. Does he have it though? Send out one Chaos Bolt, doesn't get the double though. I don't know if he has a double. But that's all the cooldowns activated by the Warlock. There goes the instant cast. Speed has no Cloak of Shadows. Does he have anything to survive this? Does he have a Shadow Meld? He does Shadow Step past one of the Infernals. Speed getting found out. But that's the... If Shadow Rick can just throw out a Rain of Fire in his direction. Picking up the eye. The pet should know exactly where he's at. Speed had no help whatsoever. Does he get to recover? Just needs a couple of more Globus. Shadowy Duels, so the pet can't even stop this. The pet can't help him. It's just really Speed and Shadow Rig locked into the Shadows. Last second ditch effort with a Succubus. And Shadow Rig trying to go for an Immolate. At least get some kind of a dot onto Speed. And there goes the Succubus, able to at least keep him in combat. Shadow Rig hit with a blind, but if Speed can get another kidney shot, it could be very, very deadly. As the Warlock has no more defensives. As Speed goes behind the pillar, he got plenty of cover back here. Kidney shot as a Mortal disrupts his go. Does Speed continue? He does Shadow Step over. Has himself that Curing Burst. Does he have the big Eviscerates? Oh, does get that executed Eviscerate. Taking him out. Calling these Warlocks out of the arena. Sonaris is going to be able to go to the opener. I was going to say for a second, immediately get out of Speed with an evasion. Try to see if you can disrupt any kind of burst out of Sonaris. Cloak Shadows on from that Sepsis. Sonaris got evasion of their own. As Speed is trying to build up some calm points. Speed's health is actually, you know, just a very, very tight situation right now. Get a shot of Sonaris, forcing out Trinket. Does Speed have any outs though? I think it may be over. Cheap shot against Sonaris, but I think that... and Sonaris tases the guy. With Kenny going to be up next. Immediate blind trick inside of it as soon as he sees it. Get the shot reversal. Sonaris at least gets to lock down Kenny. They can maybe get behind the pillar away from Kenny. They may be okay. Using the soul ship to create some distance. So Sonaris should be able to get out of there with Kenny riding down to dots. And slow down to the poisons. For Sonaris, this is a prime situation to be in. At least they can go for a bit of a reset. No cooldowns available. But as long as Kenny doesn't pick up eyes and find them first. Phantom Knives that are right next to each other. Does land the Kenny shot before Kenny has to go. This is where you gotta break away from Kenny as fast as possible. If the man has a Shadow Step. He doesn't have a Shadow Step, so those slows are perfect. Sonaris has an opportunity to at least get himself a reset. The Night Phase Soul Shape comes out for Kenny. Sonaris getting locked down in the Kenny shot. Vendetta, as Kenny's not gonna give him an out at all. Cheat death, but you can't cheat Kenny. And Daniel is the last one left as we get into that 10-minute mark. 33% dampener. Kenny has a lot of defenses, so you could still do something versus Daniel, but that's all the bleeds are up. Kenny is just getting stun locked. Didn't give a chance. Wasn't even given a chance to break out of that one, man. Oh my goodness. Zero chances there. Just came in, full dots, stun into another stun, playing it like a rogue. Damn. Can we get another one going, boys? Yeah, let's see if we got enough voice for this. 1.2 million healing. Wait, that's kind of nuts, Swap. That is kind of nuts. That is a lot of healing. Holy cow. That is incredible. One more, if you guys want to do it. I'm down to both groups are ready. We could do one more. As long as both groups are ready, man, I could do one more. I'm having fun with these. Kill the Arcade clean. Let's go. No deaths? Hell yeah. Can you Shadow Meld Chaos Bolt? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Need one. Tanker needs one. You'll be good to go, boys. Need one. We're good to go. Chicago Steel has 5. Tanker needs 1. You find him in the LFG real quickly. Monk left mid-match. Yeah, I saw that he left. I'm not sure why. Maybe I had some, had to go somewhere. How do I join Xavier? We got groups up right now in the Raids Legacy section. Just up number 5 in the search for Raids Legacy. You should find them. The reason we list them in Raids Legacy is so that people can join with cross-faction enabled. Yeah, Legacy Raid. More. You guys are enjoying this. I'm glad you guys are. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, boys. Do it for the squad. Definitely want to do it for the squad, man. Definitely. Rogues need to be removed. I agree. Remove rogues. You know, if Blizzard literally officially removed rogues, I'd give them an opportunity to like play a different character altogether. And with so many choices in Dragonflight, I don't even think that's a bad thing. What arena do we want to do? What arena? Because we've done Lordaeron, we've done Black Cold, Dalaran Sewers. I feel like Dalaran Sewers benefits rogues greatly, but we gotta do it. Let's go, we're ready? Alright. Me and Chicago just having fun healing battle? Hell yeah, dude. Basically, yeah. Basically a healing fight. That's funny. Alrighty, boys. Let's get another one up and running, yeah! We got Young. Oh my god, Young X. Let's go. Are we gonna have some Arcane Blaster Master? Oh, that could be good. That could be good. You know, I'm not feeling this song in the mix anymore. I think it's good, but I'm just not feeling this one. I don't know what it is. It's not feeling this song. Ooh, this is a good one though. I like this one a lot. Alrighty, boys. Uno mas. Switch. We got us a team one together with Daniel, trying to go for a bit of a feral. We got I Build Wars who blasted out his demonology last time. Chicago on that team. Shadow Rick looks like maybe the first one up and running. With Sonars in the back, we got us a Chanko make a return as another Fury Warrior, changing up his axis. But I wonder if he's changing up his weapons. Kenny on that team as well as Speed, ready to go. Crack, waiting his turn. And we got us as Young X. With all these boys about to just go flying. I think that's my favorite part of this arena is how everybody goes flying. If you guys want to know where to stand, if you stand kind of like where Kenny is on the stairs, that's fine. If you're not dueling, just kind of chilling by the stairs. There's no real like section for you to stay in. You can't really stay in the pipe. So just kind of chilling on the stairs is basically the play. Is the unofficial space where people are chilling. Is it going to be Crack first up? He got himself Flash Cup, so potentially he's first. Shadow Rick, I think, is going to be first up with Crack ripping him right in. It's going to be a pet stun right afterwards, immediately poured out of Rick, trying to maybe see if he can reposition his Incubus to a better spot to maybe potentially grab attention of Crack. But looks like the Lich Board is going to keep him focused up on Shadow Rick. The grippy head is yoinking everybody over. Going to be a wall out for Shadow Rick. Is trying to maximize some damage, trying to drop down a Rune of Casting, but he's getting yoinked out of it. Does have a wall though. But looks like the wall is gone. Absolutely getting barraged by this grippy hands. Oh my god. As he was trying to get himself a proper setup for damage, as he was trying to set himself up some kind of burst. At the last second, Crack just didn't let him. Sonar's gonna be up next. He's just gonna go for the big burst. Immediate sepsis. Does Crack have an answer? He definitely needs every defense possible. That's gonna be AMZ, which is helping him a ton with that sepsis burst. 50% less magic damage, which counts for poisons, as well as sepsis, exploding his goal just to give himself a little bit more health to work with. Scenario Shadow Step and not letting Crack go anywhere. Chain of Ice slowing him down. Is going to end up getting a grip in, but a stun and a lockout by Scenario is taking him out with a quick vanish right after. Who's up next? As a setting, maybe like Kenny, Young, any one of these boys? Because Scenario just taking the boy out. Is it going to be Speed by chance? Looks like it is going to be Speed. I don't know why Speed decided to go over there BM. My man, Crack. Just gotta chill. Maybe they're friends. Who knows? Maybe they're friends. 2 minutes into the duel, Sonars just used a lot of defenses and offenses versus Crack. So Speed is going into this one fresh, clean, and ready to go. I don't know if Sonars will be able to though. Can Sonars do much here? They do have a cheat death, so it will give him a little bit of a leverage versus Speed, especially when it comes to speed and some of the bursty gameplay that he looks out for. But I think Sonars, like, you just don't even go up here, right? You just don't even touch Speed until you get cooldowns, right? I don't think you do. I think we would like for you to, but I think there's just basically a certain death. You're literally walking into your own early grave. What's up, songs? Actually, what's up this one too? I think it's a good one. Yeah, I like this one. We'll do that, boys. We'll do that. Sap at the Speed. Scenario's looking for a bit of a reset. Into immediate fan rises. Speed does get hit with a kinder shot. Scenario's starting to get some damage in with a shiv onto Speed. And just looking to see if he can bail out of there. Speed going for some backsteps, immediate disarm. As Scenarios is trying to control the momentum here as best as they can. Control Speed's momentum as well as their own. Blind onto the Rogue as Scenario's looking for a bit of a reset. And Speed I guess you just got to play it very, very carefully. Does it get a sap? He doesn't get the sap. But at this point, Sonaris does have all the cooldowns available. Speed trying to see if he can bait Sonaris out in the open, but I don't think it's going to happen. Speed is either going to have to pick up eyes and get very, very proactive with his goes, or he's going to have to bait Sonaris, force him to trinket, and then lock him down. Which that may be the play. Sonaris making sure they get a mark for that's ready to go. Is it going to be a potentially big vendetta? You're going to be trinket for speed. Try to see if you can maybe reverse damage to Sonaris. Sonaris is going to trinket out of it. Actually, not even trinket, maybe human racial with an evasion. But speed does end up burning trinkets here. So maybe if speed is out in the open, if Sonaris can get another mark for that, that's going to actually be the kill for Sonaris. Speed is kind of running out low on time. Speed may be limited on time, or he needs to make sure he gets the open over Sonaris first. You gotta be doing one of those two. Does get the sap for the dance cheap shot to follow Sonaris. If you don't have a human racial. Oh, evasion. Is it enough though? I don't think anyone's gonna stop speed. Evasion is only gonna do so much. Speed got an evasion of his own as well. Cloak of Shadows for Sonaris. Just needs calm points to land a kid shot on speed. Speed does go into a bit of a reset. Sonaris trying to create some distance. Speed is going to put himself kind of out in the open for a second. Both rogues dive into the stealth. Speed gets hit with a kid shot. Is this where Sonaris just goes in for the big one shot? Big vendetta. Try to see if he can make it happen. Speed does have a Cloak of Shadows. You don't have another stun to keep chaining it. If only Sonaris had a Vantage cheap shot, then he could at least chain it to speed. But speed just felt super confident that he could live the full sepsis go. But now it's his turn. Kidney shot back onto Sonaris. Trying to see if he can burn him down. Back to back eviscerates over and over. Just absolutely blasted by cheap shot to follow. And it's going to end up capitalizing all of this burst on the other rogue. With Daniel not giving Speed an opportunity. Full bleeds. I don't know how Speed survives it. Unless you have a sipping cup. But Daniel did not want Speed play in the game anymore. It was like, no. Not going to happen. Is it going to be Young by chance? Is it Kenny? It looks like Chunko is... He's just very, very active, but he's just waiting. He's like maybe waiting for Kenny to go. Maybe that's what waiting for. It looks like Chonko is going to be first up versus Danny. Danil. I keep calling you Danny, but it's Danil. Similar, but not the same. Going to be reflect up for Chonko. Not really sure what he reflected back. He gets me a Moonfire from Danil. That's Chonko trying to see if he can maybe reposition a little bit versus the Feral Druid. Going to be a stun by Danil. Trying to see if he can maybe get some bleeds in there. And Shanka popping off defensive cooldowns really early on is going to use that Camel Slime to at least get himself a little bit more self-healing with an impending victory. But Danil is just going to let those dots rot this way. He doesn't want to fight him. He really just doesn't want to fight him. He wants to put some dots on a guy, put the bleeds, rip, rake, Moonfire, and just let those things rot him down over time. Chanko does activate, I think by a proc, Enraged Regeneration or Reckless Abandon, but the root stops him in place, can't really do much, with Daniel given an opportunity to at least go for another reset. Full set of bleeds, big setup versus Chanko, another root, he's literally just bleeding that man dry. Chanko is going to use the Kevin Slime next to him in order to try to see if he can get some impending victory healing. Roar, Daniel could potentially go on a Cyclone versus Chanko. I don't think Chanko had to reflect for it, but didn't interrupt it either. Had Pummel ready, but maybe he wanted to get interrupted, or CC'd. Maybe he's just trying to I don't really know. Maybe a bit of misplay. I'm trying to justify it, because unless people do things on purpose and I keep thinking they don't. But there, I'm not quite sure. Chanko just trying to see if he can get a couple of those reckless blows off of Danil. But is not really able to get himself the procs he's looking for. Does get some cooldown reduction coming back in very, very soon with the Enraged Regeneration coming back. Hopefully sometime now, because he's gonna need some healing. Danil continues to get into letting the dots rot down Chanko. He does activate Ignore Pain, but it only can offset a portion of the dot damage into that shield, but only when he's full of rage, which is helpful. It's better than not having it. But yeah, Fear trinketed by Danil. Hey, I guess he just didn't want to mess around with Chanko at all. It's going to lock him down in a mortal coil. That's going to be Chanko popping out defenses and offenses, trying to keep the kid right next to him. It's going to go for a stun as the wall comes out for Danil. This is where Chanko needs to keep the cat in here. Going to be Berserk as he gets him kind of low. It's going to be a full Reckless Abandon, trying to see if he can blast out Danil, but it's going to be all the dots on the Chanko. Does he just melt? Oh my god, Danil just got the most dots on him. Just let the Berserk rip and just left him over there to suffer. With Kenny going to be up next, trying to go for a big sepsis go over to Danil, trying to see if he can take him out. Looks like the dots have just all expunged themselves through Danil, but wasn't quite enough. As Kenny just continuing the onslaught, continuing the pressure, got himself an evasion. But Danil is just going to wait him out. Wait him out in bear for him while the evasion and while Vendetta's rolling on him. Just having to wait a little bit longer. But definitely needs to build himself up a little bit more calm points, a little bit more bleeds, land himself yet another kidney shot. There goes Kenny with a shiv. Trying to see if he can make a play work here. Does get decent procs of poisons. But this opportunity for the Feral Druid to potentially turn it around. Kenny does not have a trinket anymore. Only thing he's got is a blind. So if Daniel can get him some recovery, get a couple of bleeds, I think you could rot Kenny down. Very possible that you could rot him down. Quick instruct onto the flesh scout with a blind as Kenny is just trying to keep the momentum going. Does he have the calm points for like a proper kidney shot? Does he go maybe for like a Garrote around the corner? And then go for a kidney shot? Garrote, trying to see if he can get himself a setup. Sepsis, does he have a full kidney? Shiv, trying to see if he can maximize damage without a stun. Does give Daniel an opportunity to at least go into bear form and go for as much self healing as possible. Does let him dispel those dots as well. Dispelling the sepsis is actually kind of big for the Feral Druid. Kenny is not deterred. He's trying to keep the Envenoms rolling as best as he can. Trying to keep the pressure on Daniel, who is going to get some bleeds on him. Quick memo to Kenny. Does he have the bite? Does he have the down pressure? Quick bite with Daz just letting it rip. And Young X is the last one left over for the team too. Will an Archmage be able to fight a Feral Druid? Blinking into a wall just to break out of that stun. Blinking into a wall is not the worst as long as you're able to break away from that stun. So it's actually perfectly fine. Young is just continuing to give the barrages rolling onto Daniel though. Trying to give the pressure on him, trying to keep it slow. Daniel not really doing much power shifting. Has a skull bash in case he needs to. And Young is going to have to find a way to fight through the dots of Daniel. If he can just keep this health fairly good, fairly healthy, he may be okay because the dots are going to rot him down over time. 30% dampen is going to make it harder for you to make a return. The earlier you can alter time any kind of dots before Daniel puts it on you, the better. And the Feral is going to keep the dots rolling. You got the Young kind of like ticking out over time. Quick Nova. And Young is eventually going to have to go for a bit of burst. But I think he's just waiting to find himself a good time to do it. Blink it away, but he doesn't really have much. At some point, he's just going to have to go for big damage. But I think it's over. I guess they're all just taking him out. I was thinking the whole time, like, maybe this is where Arcane Mage sets up. Maybe this is where Arcane Mage has to go. Maybe this is where he gets to go. But apparently not. There it is. That was an interesting duel. I feel like as soon as the Feral joined in, I feel like the duel was having a pretty good pacing. And then it kind of slowed down, but that's Feral for you. That's not Daniel. This is like, I'm not hating the player. But that's just the class. One more Dal Evs just started up. Yeah. Venti Windwalker, Unity 4 Invoker's Delight is meant to be strong for PvP now. Venti Windwalker is... Technically it's alright, but I don't know how good it is for PvP up Sid. I don't see a lot of Venti Windwalkers. Destro Lock or Arcane for DF, your opinion, Dal. Both are looking interesting. I think Arcane Mage is looking pretty juicy though. But I'm an Arcane connoisseur, so I am biased. Very, very biased. It's cool. Let go, let's queue him. Tanko, Chicago, because I'm basically Dunsky, honestly. I feel like kind of done, man. I feel like we've had a couple of these deals back to back. We've been streaming for 3 hours, man. I gotta get some food at some point. I barely got much sleep last night, so maybe I'm like a little bit more tired. But Tanko, if Tank, I keep calling Tanko, if Tank and Chicago want to go again, I'm down. No, you're not. One more down. One more. I'll be down. I'll be down if Tank. Last one. Lost our boy Kenny. Aw, Kenny. Doing faded LFR. My Destro Warlock feels way better than my Demo. Really? Cool. Hell yeah. Crouching Chaos Blasphemy, Wilfred Sigil, and Isaac here. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. I'm excited. It's gonna be dropping down Infernos just so you could chuck out Chaos Bolts back to back. It's gonna be really something, Jake. We still got a 5, but if that's it, then no problem. If Tank wants to get himself a +1, I'll be down. Yeah, if Tank wants to open up the group, then I'll be down. Like, if you guys want to keep doing it, if Tank and Chicago want to keep hosting groups, man, I'll go one more. I'll do one more. Want an encore? Can I get an encore? Do you want more? You got up in here one more down, my man. Alright, we can do one more. I'm just kind of out of coffee fueling me at this point. So I'm chilling. I've been enjoying these though. This has been kind of fun. I've been having a blast, boys. Hope you guys have been enjoying these. Tanko, trying to put a group together. Keep calling you Tanko. I don't know why. Tank. It's Tank. It is Tank. It is crack. By the way, I got a memory from World Boss. Is still needed to wait this week for respawn? Yes. For World Boss memories, you still do need to wait for them. Yeah. I was hoping that maybe would have put them on like a vendor at this point, because I know they put all the casts on Nathria Legos on a vendor. Rendell in Corthia. No, Corthia. Zero Mortis, Haven, like the player hub area. So they have a guy there, but like, yeah, that's the only. You only have one guide for casting off your Legos, but you don't have one for like world bosses. Yeah, it's one of those things that I kind of find pretty weird myself too. Like, I feel like they should have probably had somebody there. 5/5s in Wrath, maybe Twisted. I'd be down. I would be down, but I would need to test it out to see if it works in the first place. Because if it works, I'd love to. I would need to get chill pills and get like a +1, and maybe get like somebody else on Wrath and +1, and then see if that works. I don't know if the work cross realm or anything, but maybe. Maybe. I guess there would need to be players on like a more popular server, right? I wonder if a level 1 can host those things, or need to be a certain level. Maybe I should have tested it with the Wrath beta or something. Chicago Tank 5 or not, lost him. Okay. We'll give you like, let's give Tank 5 minutes until like until 8:20. When the clock says 8:20. That's not exactly 5. I'm cutting one short. We'll give him until 8:20. Maybe 8:21. Like 5 minutes, otherwise you can call it. Yeah, okay, that'll work. That'll work out for me. We'll get 5. If we don't get a group, we'll call it there. Because I'm spent, boys. I'm dead tired. I didn't get much sleep last night. So that's probably my fault, though. I was just working on a video last night. It was taking forever to process, so I started working another one. And then I blinked and it's 8 in the morning, so I didn't get sleep. So I was like, alright, I guess at this point, like, I just finish it up and I'll upload it. So I had 2 videos ready for the day, so man. It's been a hell of a day. We ready? I know you guys are. What are you waiting on? So they had a 5. The tank had 5, but then lost 1. So we're looking for a +1. Best season on NA, boys want to play loads for once it's fun. You should have seen earlier in the season Obsidian. For in the early season 4, we had a ton of groups. Early season 4, we had groups back to back. It was EU that were struggling to get together to play some, but NA would just slamming games back to back to back to back to back to back. Like, it comes and goes in bursts. I think generally on average we always have groups on EU, whether it's highlight or whether it's downtime with expansion. NA though, there's either like huge amount of players on there, or like a sizable. I think though NA does get tired with content quicker than EU. EU is more likely to just like keep playing same old. Like, I feel like if we are just randomly, we're like, yo, EU doing some duels right now, we'd be able to get 2 groups of 5. We'd be able to scrape them together, but we will be able to get them like without having to wait for long. I feel like these guys are always on standby. It could be like any time of the day. Like, EU is dedicated to the dueling scene, which I love. But yeah, we'll give Tank an opportunity to get a guy. I'll figure out what arena we throw you guys into. I think we've done all of them. One more, boys, for Team Tank. If we don't get one, we'll call it there. But if we get one more, I'll do one more. Would you say EU player or NA player play differently? To some degree, yeah. You guys will be like, a lot of players think like EU and NA are very, very different. Like, if you guys play on PTR, like if we do PTR duels for Dragonflight, right, or beta duels for Dragonflight, and you guys get in, and if you guys play against EU players and NA players, you'll figure out pretty quickly that you're more similar than you think. But you do have some EU players and NA players that do have some different specs and classes and strategies that you guys favor. There is differences, and it just may be down to like the meta and what you'll play, right? Which mostly maybe comes from preference itself. You guys are more similar than you think, but you do have some subtle differences. There are some subtle differences. But yeah, you guys are very, very similar. What are we gonna see some beta? I'm thinking tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday. Tomorrow's my day off. I'm probably gonna hop on beta and do some more dungeons. It looks like you have to actually level in the beta right now, so I don't really know how many dungeons we can do. So I'll see how it goes, but we can definitely try builds and try stuff out. That's for sure. That's for sure. I want to try to see if I can get all my characters into Dragonflight and into Thaldraszus, because there's a cool chain double zone Thaldraszus. Let's give them all a horse into Thaldraszus. But yeah, let's do either the bridge or somewhere big. The bridge or a big. Oh, Tank just lost another, so we need 2 for Team Tank. I'll give Tank like 2 more minutes. I'll give Tank 2 more minutes. So until 8:22. And if Tank can, doesn't get a 5-man by then we'll call it there. Yeah, boys? I'm giving them a bit more time to find boys. But if you guys want to join, tank out a group and raise Legacy section, Dungeons and Raids Legacy, search number 5 in the search bar, and you'll find them pretty easily. Windwalker beta tomorrow. I'll be down. I want to try Mistweaver too, but Windwalker I'm not against. I want to try Survival. I want to try some more Demon Hunter. It's actually going to be kind of fun. I want to play Evoker and whatever changes they've got this week. Warriors apparently got some updates too. I want to try this out. Paladins have gotten subtle changes. There's PvP talents too. Maybe we'll just do a bunch of PvP tomorrow. That could be fun. Because there's new PvP talents, we can maybe have some fun with that. But yeah, we'll see. I got a Brew Boy spec if you want to try it ever. Yeah, Jake, I'll be down. I think Brewmaster may be a little more functional this week. So I'll definitely want to try some Monk. So if you want to link it to me for tomorrow, that'd be great. Mage, could maybe do Mage. I'll be down to do Mage as well. I don't know how many changes Mages have gotten. I think majority of the changes are to the class tree rather than spec tree. So it doesn't want to change the gameplay too much, but I can give them all a go. PvP talents seem crazy. I'm gonna be checking them out tonight, man. I'll be probably posting a video about them for tomorrow morning. About the PvP talents, all the new ones. Because Priest got changes, new PvP talents. Mages got new PvP talents. And one other class, I think, got PvP talents. Let me see if I can find it real quickly. Where can I find the PvP talents? They are... Let's scroll down quite a bit. So a lot of classes got the precognition. Mages, Fire, Frost, and Fire and Frost in general got new stuff. Priests got new stuff. Okay, so it's mostly mages, like priests, and yeah, mages and priests actually. That's really about it. Precognition. Although I think a couple other classes also got precognition, right? All range spellcasting and healing specializations got precognition. Okay, let's see how it is. Cool. In new arena, no canoe proving grounds. I want to try that one as a skirm. I wonder if I can maybe get a queue for it somehow at some point or another. Get fixtures a build for new boys. Sounds good. I can check it out. Yeah, there's probably some new Catharsis in particular. Catharsis. I think it's going to be very, very interesting for Priest. I think that could be a huge damage option. But we'll see, yeah. Oh, you got 5? Hey! Tank! Ready to go? We got, wait, Chicago got 4? Hang on tight. Let's do 4v5. Might as well do 4v5. F it. Okay, let's go. Alright, Tank. Chicago, let me know when you guys are ready. If you guys want to do 4v5, I'm down. If you guys want to do a 4v5, I'm okay with that. I'll give it a go. Hang on tight, that one was there. Okay, okay. Someone please join them. So you're telling me we got... Oh, wait. Tank just lost a guy and gained a guy that quickly. Just lost game. What's going on? We're ready? Okay, okay. So Tank is ready. Make sure you do list from LG though. Can you please laugh at our Blizzard basically get flash quick search this place kick W? Yeah, basically, didn't they? Flash quick search is a legendary, isn't it? Yeah. Alright. As soon as Tank the list, we'll be good to go. What arena? Oh wait, you did the list. Okay, what arena do I want to throw you guys into? I want to do an arena we haven't done. I was thinking maybe do Tiger's Peak, but I don't really know how good that one is. I'm thinking do Peak. I'm thinking do Tiger's Peak. It's an arena that's decent enough. I think it's decent enough. Joiner group has failed. Wait, what happened? They'll go again. They'll redo. Oh, train of thought, you mean? Wait. I guess it is kind of like Flash Concentration, isn't it? In a way. With Smite and Penance. Okay, I see what you mean. Okay, I guess I'll go again. Peak. Let's try it again. Let's see how it works. Panda 1. The Panda Dal. What? I'm not a big fan of the song anymore. I think we'll rotate this one out, boys, yeah? Alright. Next one. Are we good? Join a group failed. Why do you keep saying join as a group failed? Is it the arena? It says join as a group failed. Does somebody keep declining? Or is it the arena maybe? Should I do like Nagrand? It's saying group failed. I'll try Nagrand. Maybe it's the arena. Apparently arena worked. Maybe Tiger Speak does not work. Maybe Peak. It's thinking of a battleground. Maybe Peak. It's thinking of a battleground. Isn't it Twins Peak? Twin Peaks. Maybe that's what it's trying to do. Maybe it's trying to queue us for BG. Which would kind of explain it. Okay. So maybe for Tiger Speak I need to type in Tigers instead. That would explain it. Alrighty boys, last duel for the day. Whatever happens tonight in this last one, winner takes all, man. Winner takes all. Switch. We got ourselves a 4-man team over for the team 1, but decided to go 4-man because he couldn't find a 5th. Or did you see Shadow Rick on that team? We got us a Danil, we got us this Dalaran. With Chicago holding the fort as a big old enhancement with Chill Pills making a return as an interesting build. You may notice his weapons. Could it be Transmog? Could it be a real dual wield? Who knows? We got us this clean, looking clean. Oh my god, actually looking kind of clean. We got us a speed over on that team. We got Crack as well as Young. It looks like Chill Pills charging out first up for Chicago. What are you doing? You got a 5th in here. Build wall. Hey, I was gonna say for a second. Like, where are they? Chicago immediately trickens with the Mortal Switcher right on top of him. Does not have a way out. Wait a second. Oh my god, Chill Pills just absolutely crashing right through him. Age is shrinking, trying to save you, but it wasn't enough. Chill Pills, what'd you just do? We looked away for a second, and Chicago's on the floor. It's going to be Valorant trying to see if he can get in there next. It's going to be immediate interrupt. But it looks like Valorant, oh yeah, the Resolve Trinket. It no longer prevents interrupts. Oh my goodness, that is so weird. Or not Resonator. Is it Resolve? Is it? I forgot what it was. But Valorant tried to see if he can stay on top of Chill Pills. That was a quick interrupt. You're immune to CC by using that trinket. The new Shadowlands trinkets in the Season 3 that made it over into Season 4. The Zerath Mortis first one's trinkets. But it no longer makes you immune to CC. And Chilpa just continuing to blast him out, trying to keep the pressure rolling versus Valorant. Gonna be an interrupt versus the Cyclone. Unless Valorant got himself any more healing. Does not play Necro Roach. It's not like we can jump in a bear form and get himself a full Fleshcraft. Chilpa's sacrificing that goal and trying to see if he can slow down Valorant just a little bit. Silence onto the Druid to follow as Chilpa just continues to blast out Valorant with full might as he got himself that Pillar of Frost. Big Obliterate's coming through. Does get himself a grip. One more Obliterate is all he needs. It does get one more. Absolutely just decimating with Shadow Rick around the corner. Does get hit with a chill. With a Howling Blast and a Frost Fever rolling on him. As Chilpa's just trying to see if he can cut down the Succubus. Only a minute 30 into this duel, man. And Chilpa's is already putting in the work into the team 1. Trying to see if he can get some CC onto the Succubus. Knows there's going to be an interrupt. Could, I think, maybe Lichborn it? Can you Lichborn it? Shadow Rig dropping down the Infernal. Trying to get some Shadow damage in there. Going to be a stun, but Chilpa's full Mortal Winter stun on everything. Shadow Rig does go for, I think, Human Racial. Just support out of the way. But all these pets is CC. It's not like he can really lock down Chilpa's with him. Succubus CC for a second, but then Infernal. And the Rain of Fire may break it. It's only a may break effect now. It's very similar to a Fury. Just to break immediately. But now, like a Fear, Succubus CC may distract you from the Succubus or the Incubus, while Chilpas is mesmerized by their demonic glory, appeal. The Fel powers can't seduce anybody. Gonna be a Chilpas with a trinket. This Death Knight will not be corrupted by the Fel though. Looking to drop down Shadow Rig, trying to get a Fear last second, but the only thing he'll fear is the Death Knight himself. As Chilpa just goes in there. 2 minutes, 30 seconds, 40 seconds into the duel already. Team 1 is hurting. They're down to just a few soul members. Looks like Danil is looking at Build Wars. He's like, yo, my mans, you are potentially next. and hopefully Chill Pills will at least give that man at least an opportunity to build up a gateway and everything. It looks like that's exactly what he's doing. Trying to give him as much of an auto duel. You got your gates? Alright, I'm gonna see if we can swing around. Slow as we can hit and Chill Pills immediately. Trying to go for Chain of Ice and Root onto the pet, separating the pet from the Warlock, actually immuning the ability for the pet to even stun you. Fear after that Mortal Coil could potentially be an axe toss to prevent him. Build Wars getting hit with a stun yet again. I think Human Rations out of that one just to make sure you keep moving. Fear, Chuppas does go for a pretty long range intro. Sounds auto build walls immediately. Chuppas does have quite a bit of damage going in. Tyrant joining up. And Chuppas is going to take quite a bit of damage. AMS available. It's going to be a full decimated bolt versus Chill Pills. As he's trying to see if he can maybe separate away from build walls. Going to be a flash scaff available. As Chuppas looking for a bit of recovery. Build walls just kind of chilling on his side of the pillar. And it's going to be the Warlock and the Chill Pills just kind of hanging out. It looks, I'm actually surprised because I'm so used to these two just kind of fighting each other. But looks like it's just going to go for a bit of a longer game. Just going to take a sweet, sweet time. Build Walls did build up a bit of a Decimated Bolt. He got all the Demon Bolts ready to go. Trying to maybe reposition the Eye of Kilrog. Or is he just trying to summon a pet? Wait, does Eye of Kilrog let you reposition your pet back up? Wait, I think it's basically trying to reposition the pet without having to summon one. That may be some new strat that I've never seen before. Some new tech the Demonology of Warlocks may be using. Gotta be a quick Decimate Bolt around the corner. as Chill Pills gets hit with the stun. Mortal Coil to follow. Fear, though, is not going to be in good line of sight. That is also an Obelisk right next to him, so that's a fast casting. Eye of Kilrog does reposition the pet. What is that? That's some new tech. Eye of Kilrog lets him put the pet right next to him without having to resummon a new one. So Chill Pills can't just take down the pet and will it down over time, having to burn a death pack himself, trying to go for some cooldown, stun onto build wars off of that silence, maybe able to lock him down, looking to just crash down this obliterates back to back, does have an AMS in case there's more to see on the way, but build wars is gonna pour it out of there. Chill Pills trying to see if he can rampage to the pet, taking out a Felgar, looks like it's gonna be freshly summoned, but build wars is still so low on health, getting interrupted in shadow, gripped right back in, one more frost strike, and Chill Pills does end up taking him out. Death and Decay dropping down versus Danil. Trying to go for a blind, but misses him. This is where Chill Pills may have to hang back a little bit. Recuperate all his defensive cooldowns and offensives because he's fighting Feral Druid. Summoning up a ghoul. Could potentially sacrifice it for a little bit extra healing. But does he need to? He could just keep the ghoul out. Does provide a little bit extra damage. And stabs the nil from going to stealth. Denying the Feral stealth is actually a pretty big advantage for Chill right now. Not letting him go into stealth does deny him that Rake stun opener that also amplifies the damage of Rake. Trying to see if he can get away. IBF immediately off of that main, trying to deny any dots before they attack him, is going to get himself regenerating as he's free off of all dots. Big recovery with a flash cap too. And Danil, unless he does not get a stealth, does get rooted though. Gonna be quick roars. Chill Pills trying to see if he can maybe swing around towards him. Death and Decay on one side, trying to, again, deny the Feral any kind of stealth. Just trying to let him take some kind of damage, but the Flash Gun is actually going to give him a little bit more of a stealth cover since he doesn't take health damage, but the shield damage. Silence out of Danil. Next time Chill Pills has himself more switch, he could be in a great spot. Big burst out of Danil. This is what Chill Pills needs to play. Defensive AMS is up. Needs to go for as much stuff as possible. Main by the Feral Druid. Does he take him out? Big by Chill Pills, trying to see if he can fight through it. Blind to follow. Using that Kevin Slime in order to gain whatever health he can. Is going to go for a couple of death strikes off Danil. And is just trying to desperately keep his health up with an AMZ. At this point, Antimatic Zone against Moonfires and Swarms, that is all actually going to be quite helpful. Trying to sit down for food, stun by the Feral Druid, doesn't have any outs. Death Pact available very, very soon. If you can just survive long enough, maybe Death Pact, oh, does end up going into that execute mode. Cheat death at the last second, trying to do whatever damage you can. Actually trying to see if you can break through the nil. But you're doing 50% less damage while you're in this cheat death mode. So there's only so much you can do. Speed gonna be up next versus Danil, who's actually been able to best Speed, but has only been able to best him with full Berserk go. He was able to get Trick out of Speed, stun lock him, full Berserk. It was like a Rake opener into a bash, full bleeds everything. I don't think he's gonna have those bleeds anytime soon. Speed is immediately gonna trick at evasion, try to see if he can be proactive versus Danil, able to swipe right through the Flesh Shaft. And is trying to see maybe with the Shadow Strikes with Shadow Blades continue giving him enough pressure versus the Feral Druid. Trying to see if he can catch him outside of bear form. Going to be a Barskin immediately as the Nil gets tased by Speed, who activated Shadow Blades. It's going to be quite a bit of extra bonus damage. Cheap shots to follow, just trying to give the pressure and the lockdown on the Druid. But he's going to go for maybe a bit of bleeds. Trying to see if he maybe can get himself a bit of a setup. Potentially trying to get some pressure onto Speed. Maim to follow. No more trigger by the Rogue. Does he have enough damage here? Looks like he's going to just let the bleed sit. Speed potentially could go for the Kieran to pick up. I don't know if he has it. I don't know if he's used it. Danil holding onto the trinket. Still has a wall. So he's in a good spot right now. is actually doing A-okay for a bit. And Daniel, with that sap, just gonna have to wait while Speed is recovering. Now what you could do, Trinket while available, Speed no longer has a blind, has Cloak, has Vanish, Shadowy Duel, Daniel is gonna Trinket and roar him immediately. Does he have the damage? He doesn't have Berserk, but maybe he himself enough bursts, enough bleeds versus Speed. Does Speed have a currency pickup? That's what I'm wondering. Cloak of Shadows is up. Speed trying to get himself a reset. Doesn't quite get a proper re-stealth. Does try to go for a Shadow Sip around Daniel. Cannot avoid the Feral at all. The Feral just got way too much mobility. You can't outrun a Feral Druid. As a rogue, you maybe can stealth past one. Maybe can control one. But you can't just outrun him. Trying to see if he can go for a bit of a shift. Daniel just chilling in bear form. He has a wall in case he needs to. Maybe a Barstein potentially. Just trying to punish Speed, but as soon as he shifts forms, he could be in a bad spot. Shadow Step doesn't get him into Druid. Stun to Daniel, Barstein immediately Speed trying to see if he can tase him. No thorns for Daniel actually, which I'm kind of surprised. Normally all Druids go thorns because against melee it's super good. Vanish by Speed, Flash Cut by Daniel. Speed does not go over there. He doesn't want to touch him. He wants to go for a full proper re-stealth. Proper re-stealth and reset. Oh yeah, chat, you guys just found out? Yep. Chillpills was playing dual wheel build. I didn't want to give it away, but Chillpills was playing a dual wheel build. That is actually what kind of build he was playing. I highlighted at the very beginning, like, oh, look at these weapons. Is it just a transmog or potentially a build? And yes, Chillpills was playing a dual wield. I think it's the first time I've seen a Frost DK play dual wield. Unless Jesus actually plays dual wield. I always thought for Jesus' Mog, it was always like a transmog that he's dual wield, but it's not actually dual wield. But now I'm starting to think, what if? But yeah, it's kind of nutty. Gonna be Daniel trying to see if he can charge her with speed without a trick, no evasion, no cloak, got nothing. Just a dream. Just a dream and a 6-second calm point kinder shot, or 6-second kinder shot. 7-second kinder shot? That's all he's got. Maybe a dance or two. Shadow Blades very, very soon. Kinder shot as Daniel is on bear form. He's gonna get chased down. But the rogue, I don't think can break through him. Shadowy Duel, cheap shots back to back. Unless you got fatty crits, I don't know if you're gonna live this. It's gonna be Daniel with the defensive regen, emergency heal. Trying to see if he can get some damage back to Speed. Got him some Berserk and everything. Trinkets out of it. This warrior Speed could be in big trouble. Berserk, all those dots are up. Does he have the curing go? Gonna be a maim right after. Oh, doesn't give it a chance. Just has to live him long enough until he's got Berserk back and then he takes him out. With Young X gonna be up next, trying to see if he can make it over towards Daniel. Trying to see if he can take him out. Feral Druid versus RK Mage though, I don't know how you fight it. I don't know how you beat it. I know there's a way. There has to be a way. But it's definitely not going to be easy. Got himself all the time before the bleeds have really set in. That's good. Trying to go for a bit of a touch of magic. RK missiles to follow. Does he get the procs? He actually gets quite a bit of damage versus Daniel, but he doesn't have the line of sight. If only he had the line of sight, he may have been able to do much. Going to be touching the magic, not lasting long at all. So I don't think Young is playing the tier set that gives you a longer uptime on touch of the magic and the mana regen. I think he's trying to play maybe the 2-piece tier set that gives him more damage when the target affected by touch of the magi, but wants to go for a shorter duration so the touch of the magi does damage more immediately and doesn't have any delays. All the time really early, does have a trigger for the maim, then he'll try to see if he can maximize the damage. Young is rotting, but he got the all the time, so he's actually doing kind of okay. So he has to worry about the dots. He still has to worry about the dots, but at least he's trying to make it work. Daniel just trying to see if he can go for a bit of a reset as Young got shifted power to try to give himself cooldown reduction. Ice Block available, Alter Time available. He actually has a lot. Daniel trying to see if he can dodge the arcane orbs. Young randomly just exploding could potentially get Daniel out the open anytime. Gonna be the Alter Time really early, Daniel's just gonna reset it. He knows he doesn't want to go window while Alter Time is up. But I don't really know what Young can do, man. You can't stun the guy or anything. You can't really stop him. Maybe if you had breath and Dragonflight, maybe you could do something. Trying to avoid a kick by Daniel, but eventually he's gonna have to go for a bit of damage. Gonna be big bites on the Feral. Young may just have to go for an Ice Block. Just trying to go for a bit of missile damage, but that's all he can really do. And Daniel is just gonna back up out of there. Let the Ice Block heal up the Mage. But at this point, the Mage is definitely in a bit of a back foot. Just a little bit on the back foot. Gonna be a bit of a blink. Daniel leaping over to him, trying to keep the pressure rolling. Young again with that all the time. He has a way to remove those dots. Trying to see if he can pressure Daniel out in the open. Maybe he can use it all the time to potentially get him, but Daniel catches a restart. My god. Yeah, this Feral is just not letting these boys have a chance. He's playing it super cheesy. He's like really just hidey about it. Very, very hidey. Very by the book. Not taking any risks whatsoever. All the time, but the Mage maybe could survive this. Oh, using it at the right time is going to be powerful. Also, you got him some temporal, so maybe there's going to be bonus healing on top of it. Big bleed zone too young, does not have an ice book anymore. I think it's over. That maim locking it down. Got yourself an invis, but those bleeds are just going to keep you rotting. With Clean, try to see if he can rot you down into place. Got that spear. Going to be a wall for Danil. Try to see if he maybe survive it. There's going to be an interrupt with a flesh cut to follow. He can't really stop it, but Clean is trying to see if he can maybe carve out portions of the flesh cut. Is not going to be sitting on that roar long at all. The bash by the Druid is going to trick it out of immediately. Try to see if he can stay on top of Danil as best as he can. Leaping around the corner. Maybe he could go for a bit of a charge. Doesn't quite get it. Doesn't quite get it. But it's very, very close to it. Very, very close. That's going to be Clean. Try to see maybe he can pick up some eyes. Danil has a trinket, so next Stormbolt, if the warrior isn't running one, could potential. I don't even actually know. Maybe in Duels he isn't running Stormbolt. Because I think maybe Impending Victory is just way too good. Clean, rotting down to the Feral Druid. Couldn't quite lock him down the first go. He needs a spear yet again. And the Feral just letting those dots rot the boy down. We're hitting that 14-minute mark. The dampen is really building up. Like, the Danil's trying to make sure he's coming back out as a potential 1v5 here. So either Clean or Crack needs to be able to take him down. Rotting down the Mage. Rotting down the Rogue. Rotting down Clean now. And Clean's got to play this super clean. Danil does not have a wall, though. That is one advantage that Clean has. No Berserk. No wall, so you could still potentially have a play. Clean just trying to see if he can get himself a little bit of food. Try to keep the Feral out of stealth. Bash Follow does not really have a trinket, but if you can maybe lock him down in place, it could be a pretty good spot. Maybe Reflect. This is definitely going to be root out of the Feral. Roar to follow. Clean. Try to see if he can spear him. Does catch him. He does catch the cat in the harpoon. Try to see maybe if he can rampage right through him with a reckless abandon as the bar sends up for Danil. As he's trying to desperately escape the warrior. Raging blows it, giving him plenty of mobility. Danil looks like maybe have escaped by a hair. But the warrior is just trying to chug along. If only this guy was a Necrolord, maybe would have given him a little bit more move speed. Danil does catch a resell for a second, maybe a Shadow Melt for it too. And does get a stun onto Clean with all the dots. And you just gotta wait until the dots rot him down. I don't know if Clean got a Rallying Cry or Battle Master Trinket or whatnot. If he did, then those dots would definitely rot him down over time. I think it's over. Yeah, Blaze Storm. Last ditch effort. Last ditch effort with Crack trying to be the last one to try to see if he can take down the Feral Druid. Potentially. Flesh cut out for Danil. Crack just needs to go for the most amount of bursts possible. Again, Feral does not have a wall, so maybe this is where Crack can make some work here. But he kind of needs to wait for the Feral to open up on him, maybe away from any kind of pillars. Does Danil decide to open up right here? He's kind of next to a pillar. As soon as he stuns him, he wants to reposition to a pillar. And man, the pillar gameplay for this guy is strong. Just pillars. What's going on? But Crack can just try to see maybe if you can just... I think patience is a virtue in this game specifically. Especially against Danil. Does go for a main immediate IBF. Trinket out of Danil. And that's going to be a pet erupting into a transformation. Quick Cyclone. I never actually seen this pet cycloned. Actually, it's kind of interesting. I think it's like the same float animation. But there definitely is an animation. Try to give her a couple of bites as he's trying to kill the pet. Oh my god, wouldn't even let the Death Knight keep the pet, but the pet did do quite a bit of damage. Crack just needs to get somehow line aside of Danil this pillar though. He's just focusing on mobility at all times. He's not even focusing about fighting Crack, he's just focusing on staying behind the pillar, just trying to avoid any kind of damage from the guy. 70% dampener. Eventually the dampening is going to be probably his downfall. He's got him some wall friends and regen, but that's barely doing any kind of healing. So right now you're just less health than Crack. Crack has Dark Pact and everything, Trinket as well, so he has a little bit of health to work with. So at that point, like, trying to go for Berserk, but you may be limited on time. Big bleeds into Crack though, wait a second, oh my god. Did he actually do this? Oh, that's so... Not a fan of that kind of Feral playstyle, honestly. Literally played Ultimate, he's just pillaring and then bleeding. I mean, it's a safe play, but I'm not a fan. Not a fan! Oh my goodness. At least we got Chupos there, boys. At least we had Chupos there blasting them out, yeah? At least we had Chupos doing work. At least we had some Chupos doing some fun action. Oh my god. Yeah, I was actually having such a good time in the first half of that arena, not gonna lie. But then towards that later half, I'm like... eyes rolling to the back of my head. Oh man, I mean, I guess it's one of those things where it's like, well, I want to win. I get it, you want to win. I can still comment, I still can't comment that I didn't really have fun with that one, right? I think it's still fair to say, you know what, let's say one Befero played so well. Sure, I don't disagree. Like, again, I'm not gonna disagree. Like, he won, he played really well, he played to win. I can still comment that it was kind of boring to watch. You know what I mean? Like, am I wrong? Chat, am I wrong on that one? I feel like every time, like, you have, like, I guess a rogue can also sit in stealth forever. And as a rogue main, like, yeah, they can just sit in stealth and open up, pop their cooldowns, go for a reset, and just do that over and over. But I can still say as a rogue main, like, I can recognize that, you know what? He wins and he plays well and he does whatever it takes to win, but man, is it like snooze fest. You know what I mean? I made to fight toe-to-toe with a warrior, lol. I get it. I get it. I've seen Pharaohs, Necruler Pharaohs, all the Shadowlands. I just felt like there was a bit more that heavy cheese, right? It's like Cataclysm Pharaoh that were like super, not Cataclysm, Maspadaria. That was super extra cheesy, like in a duel. You would literally put bleeds and then just AFK, reset. Bleeds, and just AFK behind the pillar, reset. Because I remember Pharaohs did that a lot to win duels because it was like, well, if they don't touch me, they can't heal. If they don't touch me, I can't die. So then I could just not fight them. I could just bleed them and run, and they can't outrun me. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I always get conflicted because, like, on one hand, yeah, you won, and you played well. You played how Pharaohs should. So I'm not gonna like blame the player, but I don't enjoy the playstyle, and I hope it dies in an unholy fire in Dragonflight, right? Like, give him a little bit more tankiness, but like make him less cheesy like that. You know what I mean? And they are reinforcing more bleeds, so maybe that'll at least reinforce like a more aggressive playstyle. Because there's a bleed playstyle where when you reapply rip, you also put up another rip that lasts for 6 seconds. So I wonder if there'll be like an aggressive rip build where you just drain the enemy, putting ribs just to get more bleeds on them over and over, like 1 count point ribs, just to like, because you get this full value, but you're just still just trying to bleed somebody out, but actively you're actually fighting them, and you're just focusing to bleed them, which may be good to go through armor and stuff like that. Who knows them? You see the DM there when you play style every week, and now it's a problem? No. No. It's just, no, it's not a problem, I guess. Alrighty, boys. I guess we're done for the night, yeah? Feels like Arena should apply to slow people when they play Pillar, not gonna lie. I don't really know. I feel like the arenas, like 2s and 3s are designed around pillars though, right? 2s and 3s are designed around pillars. And PvP to some degree is designed around pillars. It's just in 1v1 where the game isn't really super designed for 1v1 specifically. Pillars can have different effects, like depending on the arena too, right? Massive arena like Tolveron, classes like have a lot of mobility, they can utilize the pillar to really like just run circles around somebody. Run circles, there's not a lot they can really do. Depending on the class of fighting, like Shadow Priest, you ain't catching up. You got 0 mobility, or very, very limited mobility. But like certain pillars like this, now Grand is generally pretty good because pillars are not the biggest, but also not the smallest. I think the pillars with like Blackrock Hold and with Blackrock Hold and Hook Point, those are interesting because there's like those wall pillars, right? There's just like a wall that separates the two. I think those are interesting because they create some new dynamics. I don't really know if they're good for duels, but I do like that they're a little different. But like Moldrax's arena, my favorite looking arena, massive pillar. So like a class with a lot of mobility, you just gotta skull behind there and just sneak away. It's very difficult to catch them. But like when they're small enough where you can get around the pillar pretty quickly, like Kyrian specifically, I think Kyrian Bastion arena is pretty good for that. Pillars don't really give you that much of a safety net. Like if you're playing the pillar, they're pretty small, they're pretty thin, they're pretty slim. You'll be able to catch up to that person eventually. There's quite a bit of space, quite a bit of distance between pillars, very similar to like Nagrand, but it's very similar to Nagrand with smaller pillars, but because it's so like night mode unfriendly, I don't want to blind you guys. I'd like to do that arena sometime, but it's just so night mode unfriendly. Couple of seconds, I guess so. Series are the best. Series are pretty good, but the boxes aren't bad actually. I don't mind the boxes, but we've had some really like, cheesy pharaohs like running circles around them. And it's still on fun. Like what I really like in terms of duels though, what I really like is like active gameplay. Like Speed or whoever it was, Errorless. I like the way Errorless plays because he's a stealth class, but that guy will not sit in stealth. He will not sit stealth long term. He maybe spends like 8 seconds in stealth and he'll open back up on you. It doesn't matter whether he has cooldowns or doesn't have cooldowns. He will open up on you, run away, try to see if he can juke you with a shadow step, maybe catch a quick through style, but he'll get back in there. That guy plays so risky. And from like a viewer standpoint, it's more fun to watch. It is just more fun to watch a rogue really just playing with life and death, really trying to cheat death and really just trying to squeeze the most amount of defense and like maneuverability out of the enemy, right? He'll kind of charge at him with no health, shadow step to try to see if he can break some distance but won't run far, get him back with a kidney shot, lock him down, back up for a second, re-stealth as the person's trying to catch up and he'll get back in there, still no health, still no cooldowns, always playing it risky, and it's so fun because it's like you don't know who's gonna win and the rogue is really just trying to be brazen about it. And even if the rogue loses, there is definitely entertainment value, right? That's another thing. It's like entertainment value. Watching a feral druid run circles and really play it super safe with dots, he's playing it well. He's playing it how his class is designed. Excellent, right? But the entertainment value just plummets. Unless it's what you like, unless it's what you really enjoy. But everybody's different, right? So we try to feature as many different playstyles as we can. But I can tell you like what I like in terms of like entertainment value from my perspective. You know what I mean? Feral's not the only dots that can play around short bursts. True, death is definitely do play around short bursts. Every minute though, it's like it at least gives you an opportunity to go again though. Stop complaining. I can't. Come on, chat. Come on, boys. I guess sharing with you guys my thoughts and opinions is complaining. I get it. Out of here, bro. Out of here with that. Stop complaining. My class is fine. Everything is good. Keep it like that. I'm not trying to threaten your class, dude. I'm not trying to threaten your class. Whatever, man. I'm just letting you guys know what I feel, man, and what other players feel when it comes to like the entertainment value on duels. And if you don't like that opinions, man, you disagree with quite a lot of people, though. So to each is their own, I guess. Yeah, we'll just Billy, we'll just agree to disagree. we'll just agree to disagree. I'm just telling you like the entertainment value. That's all I'm saying. Like which one of those two is more exciting? Like a long drawn out duel where one player plays extra safe, takes no risks, or like a risky play and you don't know which way it's gonna go. Like if you watch a movie, right, and you have like some action scenes, do you want the excitement or just want people playing like super safe? You know what I mean? Just answer that question and like that will tell you what you're into. And if you like a duel that's like very much like a slow burner chess match, hey, that's cool, man. That's your preference. I'm just telling you what me and a lot of other people enjoy seeing. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right, boys, we gotta call it there. I had a lot of fun. These have been awesome, though. I really love watching my man Chupos pop in at the end, though. I had a lot of fun with that one. I thought that was awesome. For the moon spec, but limited mobility so far. I don't know, like... There's a lot of other classes with a lot of what feels like unlimited mobility. I'm not gonna argue that though. You know what I mean? No, ignore him. Maybe. Compared to DK's Feral and Hug Pillar 10 times better. That's true. That's a lot of mobility though. Going to cat from whatnot. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know, man. Alrighty, boys. Thank you all so much. Super fun hanging out with all of you. I hope we can get the PTR for next week. I would love to, man. I would love to do some duels in PTR. I think it'd be really fun with all the new PvP talents. So hopefully we'll get it next week, or maybe more of you guys will be able to join the beta. Next week on the beta, we should have a lot more Druid updates, Shaman updates, even more Hunter updates. I'm really excited. Tonight, I think I want to take a look at the PvP talents and see if I can maybe put a fast clip together. I want to see what the Mage stuff looks like, because the Mage stuff looks very interesting. They're giving like a glass cannon build to fire, like some other stuff for Frost Mages, which could be kind of good, but definitely needs a lot more testing. But I'm glad that what they've done for Dragonflight so far is they're not afraid to like take some of the PvP talents that people use and like bring them back to the spec and class design. I think it's really cool because like it creates a little bit more depth because you have tools right there to really flesh out our classes. Like Outlaws, for example, cooldown reduction is going to be nuts. People are going to complain, but man, it's going to be good for PvE. It's going to be so nice for PvE. You're going to feel so livable, and you're going to be able to cheese some stuff with evasion more often if there's like mechanics where you can cheese evasion. That's going to be so good. Boys, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Super fun hanging out with all of you. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you boys next stream. Alright, y'all. Peace.
Oh, baby, is it game over?